Shaq and Kobe couldn't get along, so they was the benefit of that.
But regardless of the reason, though, Ragu, they made the finals before and after Bron, so you can't just say it's just all Bron.
Yeah,
that's what
Did they win? Did they win though?
I would say
Bron they did.
Yeah, and I would say
they made the finals.
They benefited from Kobe and Shaq not getting along. They benefited from Kobe and Shaq not getting along.
Regardless of the reason, they won.
Riles having the. That's what I'm saying. It's Riles. It's Riles.
Shaq averaged 13 points in that series.
To me, it's a dynasty within a dynasty.
Yeah, I'm not with you on that. I will amuse them being a dynasty, but a dynasty within a dynasty, I'm not giving them that. Especially, do you know how many times that same era you're talking about from 2000 to 2010? How many times did the Spurs beat the Lakers in the playoffs?
Well, they stopped them at 03.
Keep going.
They didn't play the Lakers on their way to that championship.
Keep going.
So once?
How the F is that a dynasty within a dynasty? You beat Alright, what up? Welcome to the All Grind Sports Show. We're politically incorrect. I go by the name of JC. Here are my wonderful brothers, co-hosts, OGs, all that good spit, man. We got our our semi-finals predictions right here and our first round recap, man. So 8 teams left, only one to survive, man. So we're gonna get into all of that. But first, just want to thank y'all for tuning in the way y'all have been. Make sure y'all continue to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all here with us, and we appreciate that. So we're going to get right into it, man. First off, we got a long time familiar face. You know what I'm saying? My OG Ragu barely recognized him. I know y'all ain't seen him often lately, but he's back in the building, man. One of our early day Unos who was with us within the first 10 episodes. From the nosebleeds, my guy Tyrell Jackson back in the building. What's going on?
Sir, what's up? I'm glad to be here, man. I'm excited. And I know my Cavs lost yesterday, but Cavs in 5. Cavs in 5.
That's right. I wish I could say that. But we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Next up, I'm sure he'll be on the camera tube at some point. But my guy that y'all getting pretty familiar with, who's been here, there you go. My guy's been pretty consistent, man, helping us cover the playoffs. One of our very own now, my guy Tizzy in the building.
What's the deal? Hey, Luka cried. JJ Redick tried. Austin Reeves got fried. Lakers in 9.
Hey, you know what? I wanted to say this too, Tizzy. I respect it, bro, because you was talking very, very, very greasy coming into these playoffs. And the fact that you showed up front and center, it's some niggas on the show that we cannot say that about. I ain't gonna say no names, Norman. But
all the smoke.
the fact that you pulled up, I respect it.
I want all the smoke. Fuck it.
And then next up, we all know this guy right here, man. The YouTube sensation. One of my favorite people on the planet. My OG, one of my mentors. My guy, Rated Ragu from the Rated Ragu Show. What's going on?
Word up. Thanks for having me, bro.
Always. Ragu personally wanted to be invited to this one, and he always has a seat at the panel whenever, man. It's another day of the show.
Hey, Ragu, I'm here with you. You my mortal enemy.
This the Chargers guy I was telling you about, Ragu. Y'all finally, I didn't even realize that. Y'all finally in the building again.
I ain't gonna talk shit, but
this ain't a football episode.
We're gonna keep it basketball.
Save it for the NFL stuff.
Hey, I'm just letting them know it's ball game. It's ball game. You feel me?
I mean, at least y'all got something in common. Y'all got something in common, though. Tom Telesco did absolutely nothing for both y'all organizations.
What you mean? Telesco got him Herbie. Yeah, I guess that. And he got them Brock Bowers. What you mean?
Tyrell, he drafted Brock Bowers.
Yeah, he got Bowers and Herbert. What you talking about?
Yeah, that's about it. But other than that, he ain't shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got 2 good draft picks.
That's not absolutely nothing. That's all I'm
He
saying.
was only with us for 1 year. Now the Chargers, that's different. He was there like 10 years or something. But with us, he was only there
He was
one
over
season.
there tearing us up for no
And he
reason.
got Bowers in there for us. Who else he got? He did fuck up and get Minshew and all that though. But that that he could have recovered from that.
I thank him for doing that. I knew Minshew wasn't gonna do shit for y'all. I was like, they signed Minshew. I was like, I'll fuck with
Minshew
you.
is the worst version of Ryan Fitzpatrick for this generation. That's what Minshew is.
We sent that nigga Tom.
All right, let's get back to regular schedule programming, fellas.
Yeah, keep us online.
But we do that too. But we do have some quick breaking news. Tyrell, you want to break it to the people? Your AFC North compadres.
The AFC creep, as I'm dubbing it now, because there's 3 teams with a creeper on their thing. We got Ben Rapisberg, we got Deshaun Watts under the towel, and now we got Justin Tuck her, as my boy JC said. Cut from the Ravens, one of the greatest kickers of all time, and one
if
of the
not
greatest,
the kicker,
probably the greatest. I put Vinatieri over Tucker.
Because he got the rings
of all time. No, because Vinatieri is the most clutch field goal kicker I've ever seen in my entire life. He got cut, so he gone, he out, and he can go to those massage parlors willy nilly and let him have fun.
Tell him come on over to LA.
Hey, he'll have a great time in LA. But I think
I ain't gonna lie, that nigga was missing a lot last year though. So he low key
over the last few years, he kind of was getting washed.
Yeah,
anyway.
I ain't gonna lie. So
but Justin Tucker is probably gonna go sign with the Taiwanese team, where you can have all the happiness in the world. So congratulations, he's gonna go to Bangkok and get his bang cocked. So
Lord have mercy. Ragu, any quick thoughts on that?
Nah, man. It is what it is. They must have found out that something was true or
off,
or something was, something bad, and they was like, yeah, we need to go and move on from him, because you don't just move on from a guy that made that many good kicks.
Most accurate kicker in NFL history.
Yeah. Unless you absolutely had to. So, it's something happened.
I mean, they drafted his replacement, too. They drafted his replacement.
So the writing should have been on the wall then.
He was.
They just needed him to kick a couple times in the spring training for them to be sure, and then be like, all right, like, we know what we got. He
married, though, huh?
Yep.
That's the cool part about this one. Old Tugger.
Justin Tucker.
Yeah, I just needed him to get some energy because of how Deshaun got done was 100 times worse. So all grind, we got to stay consistent.
Tucker's numbers climbing up now. I think he got.
Oh no, I still ain't heard much about it. So
he got like 6 or 8 women accusing him of that. So,
and it's always like that.
I'm just surprised Tony Busby ain't on top of this. Well, maybe because he ain't black, but
preach. Tyrell, what you trying to get us canceled, nigga?
No, I'm trying to tell the truth. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. Tony Busby, if you black and you a celebrity, Tony Busby will be coming for you. He know when he know when you sleep. He know when you awake. He know when you getting a happy ending. So you better not pout.
Hey, he's out of control already, JC. Get it.
Yeah, let's go. NBA first round recap.
$25,000 per ass cheek, because I'm telling you why.
We had what, eight series, right? 8 series. So we're gonna try to knock out the Siri. Ain't nobody talking to you. We're gonna try to knock out, get the small fries out the way, and then talk about the warfare, and then we're gonna give some semifinals predictions. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's
get to it. Start off with my guy Tyrell over here, man. Cavs and foe. Chuck, I know you ain't here today, but he called it when he was here last week, and we thought he was crazy. He called that split. I said Tyler Hero should be able to at least get 1 game. which he almost did.
Look,
But
let me tell you something. Tyler Hero, Mr. Hero, Guitar Hero, Miami did nothing but put up 0. The Cavs said, "Shit, yo."
yeah, they did.
Let me tell you, not to fuck with us. Cavs and foe. Cavs and foe. Now, I will give Miami his credit. They should not even have sniffed the playoffs this year.
Facts.
With everything that was going on. So shout out to
They got hot at the right time.
They always do that, though.
But Heat coaching, it's over.
Yeah, y'all talk to me about Heat coaching. What y'all think about that narrative?
It's like the
Because it's
Patriots,
been a little talks about it this year that Heat culture was just Wade, Shaq, and Bron. Like, so what y'all think?
Heat culture is equivalent to the NBA's Patriot way. Like, you know how in the NFL they was like the Patriot way.
Patriot way. Yeah.
That's the NBA's version of that. And just like the Patriot way, Heat culture hit his father time. It's hit his father time. Plain and simple.
How can it be like the Patriot way? They only won.
He's saying like in terms of like how they looking
them
at
being
it,
known as winners.
Them being known like as winning. Like they know the Patriots as a winning organization. They like to do shit the right way. You know the Heat organization for winning because of who they had and shit in the past. You feel me? So they try to live on that. You feel me? It's damn near the same with the Spurs.
But whatever is considered, the Spurs is probably a better example. Yeah. But is it possible that Heat culture is what it is, but maybe Heat culture don't work no more?
No,
maybe it's just as simple as that.
Culture was LeBron saying that I'm about to come there.
Nah,
that's a part of it.
Heat culture started with Wade and Shaq.
Y'all won 47 games last year, and this year, me and Chris Bosh are gonna come over and go to 4.
That started with Wade and Shaq, bro.
But Heat culture they still considered Heat culture.
They was wearing Heat culture t-shirts in that finals when D Wade won it. Don't this.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they always were saying Heat culture, but the last 20 years, they've been one of the more winningest teams in the NBA.
I mean, and they got a AAU championship round appearance, and they got an NBA finals.
Here you go,
so,
bro. Tyrell, you about to start a whole.
If you take out the decision Heat, take them out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what are we talking about? The Shaq and Wade?
Jimmy Butler had his right.
Jimmy Butler.
He didn't win no championship. He
went to the chip twice.
Once.
I know. We popped
twice, nigga.
We popped.
He said what he said twice.
I could give you a little Heat culture because of that, but man, you won because LeBron.
It's maybe just like them.
Wade got one.
Couldn't get along.
Yeah,
but it's a standard that's within the organization. It's them promoting within the organization. They really ran the organization the way the Patriots ran it in the NFL. They promoted within. They had an old guy run the show. They had a culture. They had a standard and a structure that everybody had to follow.
Culture is Riles and Spoles. That's what Heat culture is. I'll give y'all that.
Spoles came from where?
Okay, let me ask you this, Ragu. With that being said, let me ask Ragu something. With that being said, does Heat culture work in 2025?
I would say yeah. They won without they end up trading Butler and still making the playoffs. So they got a little fight in them still. So there's that. But they ain't done no bunch of winning, in my opinion, man.
Three championships.
LeBron deciding to go there and making them hot. That shit, before that.
But they've made the finals before Bron and after Bron. So how can you say that?
Shaq and Kobe couldn't get along, so they was the benefit of that.
But regardless of the reason, though, Ragu, they made the finals before and after Bron. So you can't just say it was just all Bron.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Did they win, though?
After Bron, they did.
Yeah. And I was saying
they made the finals
they benefited
twice
from Kobe and Shaq not getting along. They benefited from Kobe and Shaq not getting along.
Regardless of the reason, they won.
That's what I'm saying. It's Riles. It's
And
Riles.
Shaq averaged. Hold on, Shaq averaged 13 points in that series.
It's Riles, bro.
And Miami benefited.
His name is Riles.
Dwayne Wade traveled about 6 different times in that series as well. If you want to start talking about what happened in the series, but I'm just saying
we can go back there and break down them clips, and I can review it for you and show you why it's not travel. Why it wasn't called a travel.
I look at the Heat like
I play basketball.
Hold on, one at a time, brothers. One at a time.
The Heat is they're a good little team, man. They ain't they ain't like the Lakers or nothing like that.
Nobody's like the Lakers. That's not even a real comparison. But you can't name. All right,
I just wanted to get that. That's what I want to get.
You can't name 5 teams in the last 20 years who have been more successful than Miami.
Yeah, that's probably true.
So that's a winningest coaches.
Well, Miami now is like that fighter that
you benefited off of the decision.
They benefited off of a lot. It wasn't just a decision.
Shit.
Well, Miami is like that boxer or that fighter that you watch growing up. You see him coming from the underground, having some success, then he has a peak, and then he has like this where he's still kind of good and winning some here and there. And this was the fighter needs to retire. And he's like, no, I got one more fight in me, and then he gets knocked out.
John Jones.
Yep.
John Jones.
After your last fight, it's over. Heat culture is over. It's time to cool it down. Cool it down.
Hey,
now
John Jones for sure.
Okay, so that
burn somebody every once in a while, but you're cool.
So that being said, what does Miami need to do this summer?
Blow it up.
It is blown up. What you mean blown up? It's blown up now.
Even Spo, even with Spo, they gotta let Spo go.
Nah, hell nah.
Hell nah. That ain't
no, because if you keep Spo there, right, and then you just make little pieces here and there to try to glue things together while not knowing what the hell to do, you're gonna end up like the NBA version of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You gotta blow it up, or you're just gonna be up.
Okay, so blow, but. That's more so a team thing. You talking about Spo? You don't get rid of good coaching just to get rid of them. Like there's no reason to get rid of Spo at all.
If you're looking to rebuild for the next 5 to 10, if you're looking to rebuild to be great
let Spo rebuild it. What you mean?
No, let him go.
What does that do? Wow. What? How does that help us by getting a coach worse than Spoelstra? How does that help Miami?
It don't help them now, but it might help them in the long run.
How? Tell me how. How does that help? Getting a worse coach.
I can't really tell you how because it's a gamble, but they need to.
You gonna get Denver.
It's a stupid gamble. It is a stupid gamble. That GM will get fired next.
Blow it up is a stupid gamble.
But that ship's already sailed. Butler gone, so that ship's already sailed now. Tyler Hero is not that old, so I mean, hang on to him. Bam is probably gonna get traded, but I mean,
it's time to roll out the tanks. For Miami.
You know why they in this mess? They in this mess because they didn't pay D Wade and they paid Tyler Hero. That's why.
Talking about from 10 years ago, nigga.
Yep. They still in debt to Tyler Hero and he ain't getting it done. Gotta blow the team up. Get him up out of there. Trade for LaMelo. You feel me? LaMelo, you trade everybody.
So they can be like Charlotte.
Nah, you trade. Nah, you bring LaMelo in. Look, you bring LaMelo in and you sell him on the Heat culture and teach him some winning ways, my nigga. You feel me? And you got an all-star. You got the stadium packed.
Melo averaged like 30 and 8 last year.
I know, but he don't play with it basketball.
He don't play at all.
Charlotte don't
That's
play.
been the problem. He don't play.
But if he go to a team where he feel like he's gonna be playing for something, you're gonna see a different side of Melo.
But right now they don't have pieces right now that make me say, oh, this is so much better than the situation that Charlotte.
No, but I'm saying they can build pieces, put something better around them. That's what I'm saying. With all the off-season acquisitions they can make, you feel me? They can do something.
I see what you mean. Make trade for LaMelo and make LaMelo the nucleus for the new Heat culture or whatever.
Exactly.
I see what you're saying, but no, they got to do something because I mean.
But you got to keep it in order for that to work. You got to keep Spo. The Heat culture only work if you got the coach right there.
I don't know.
I
give them credit for making the playoffs in the situation that they was in, I give them a ton of credit. But this could also make a organization kind of go, well, we just need to grab some pieces compared to just like, okay, we made the playoffs.
Miami do. I would agree that they need to overhaul that roster from scratch. I do agree with that, but I don't agree with getting rid of a good coach just to be doing shit. I don't agree with that. That's not going to help your situation. It actually is going to make it even worse. Like, yeah, Spo is fine.
Yeah.
Leave Spo alone.
Denver fucked
Fix
up.
that
Memphis
roster.
fucked up.
Pat, I think, might need to realize that he's in a different era now. So some of those tendencies and it's my way or the highway, kind of attitude might need to, I'm not going to say leave, but maybe regress it a little bit. Because, I mean, you just lost. What, Ragu? I know that's your guy. What, man?
Man, it's Riles, man. What you mean?
I mean, he did
see Ragu.
You
see Pop just had to step down, right? Which
we'll
talk about the second two.
When did Pop stop making moves? When he got sick and couldn't do it no more. So Riles is not that yet.
I mean, Riles did lose 2 superstars because of this, though. So
that's what I'm saying, Ragu.
Pop did too.
You didn't get involved.
So
Tiffy just brought it up.
You saying Riles is running people off?
Yes, nigga.
Yeah.
He ran LeBron.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
He ran LeBron and Butler off.
Oh, me. He ran LeBron off. He took blood cookies.
And you didn't get involved enough with Wade because you got your structure. You like, nigga, this is what it is.
The motherfucking
and he even admitted
cookies.
that he handled that wrong. Pat admitted that. The Wade situation. So that's 3 stars in a 15-year span?
He ran LeBron off.
He did run LeBron off.
Yeah.
LeBron accident to fucking get rid of Mario Chalmers.
That's why he left.
He definitely
he got rid of Mario. He was
back
like,
to Cleveland.
I want Mario Chalmers off this team now. And Riley was like, hell no, we ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, I got a real quick story for y'all on Ragu's guy, Pat. And I got a healthy respect for Pat as a Laker fan too, but Ragu has more of a intimate thing there.
He's my guy.
There was a story, right? So Wade told this story, by the way. You remember 2011, the first year, right? When, Dallas happened and all that. So Brian had a conversation with Wade, in his fashion classic way of like questioning the coach of like, hey man, you sure you want to do this exposure thing, man? How about we go holler at, Pat, have him come down like how he did, with y'all back in 06 or whatever. Like, let's get Pat down here. Wade told this nigga, Brian, you do not want that. We better make this fit work with Spoelstra. You do not want Pat to come from up there down here with this coach's fit. So that's your Wade County guy saying, keep that spit over there. Let us do what we do over here. So clearly he has a culture that he runs to where it's not quite for this era. Yes, it's not. I don't think these players are being receptive of it. And I get what he's trying to do, and I get his attitude, but it's the same attitude that got your boy Byron Scott out the league 10 years ago and never got a chance again. It's just you have to adapt to how this era is. And I think Pat is struggling with that right now.
I'm struggling with that shit. Really?
All the old heads is you see it when they be trying to talk about the youngsters' games and shit. They be want to compare them and shit, but instead
they don't
of
have the mental capacity anymore, man. They don't. They just a bunch of. They want it their way, and it needs to be my way or the highway. And the part of that is because old Adam Silver Slipper letting the players have a majority of the control of the league. It's a fact. That's why it don't work no more. Like the owners in the front office,
young and suburbs out the game, young and half breeded, and niggas that played in the league.
Kids,
it's really all the niggas that's in the league.
The NBA used to stand
a bunch of mixed niggas.
Yeah,
no
and
bitches allowed
that come from the suburbs, and niggas who daddy played. That's all in the league.
The NBA used to be no bitches allowed in the National Basketball Association. Now it's Nepo Basketball Association.
It is, man.
It's the Nepo League.
And then you giving them same.
Like that too. I don't think y'all realize the NFL is starting to have a Nepo problem.
Yeah, but it'll never be like the NBA, I don't think, because you still need a certain edge playing football that
as long as you can
kind of get away with in basketball.
To put your kid in a good age.
I don't feel like the league is having no Nepo problem. That's bullshit. No way. That's not happening in the league.
Crazy. You just want to say
you
that
talking
shit
about what?
Brian
Basketball or football?
In the NFL. That ain't happening. Niggas don't be getting no roster spots because they daddy played. Nigga, you got to be sweet still. You see how they just did Shador, nigga? His dad's one of the greatest players of all time.
That's
because, nigga, we was just talking about this in the barbershop, bro. It's because, nigga, the nigga went in there and did some nigga shit. Like, he didn't handle what he was supposed to do. He's the quarterback, right? He didn't give them starting quarterback vibes. You feel me? That's all. In the interview.
What the F is that? What the F is a starting quarterback vibe?
I've never heard so much spin until this year. Everybody got an opinion on how this man was supposed to act and all that. Man, he was just going to get a job. These dudes is just, man, they just his employers, bro. It ain't.
Yeah, but whatever, at the same time, nigga, you still
everybody got all the
gotta play the game, bro.
The white boys ain't got to do shit though.
Exactly.
White boys come as they are.
Baker and Johnny came in there with that energy. Still got took first round. One of them first pick.
Man, they be having us thinking that we got to do it. Like how we speaking on it.
Because
they really having us thinking in our heart that we got to act right for them. Man, fuck them people, bro.
It is fucked up, but at the same time, nigga,
if he don't,
shit, nigga, you gotta wiggle your way up in that bitch, my nigga, real quick, nigga.
But Tizzy, first of all, I would have to believe that it was as bad as they're putting out there anyway. Damage control is a thing, so I'm holding an opinion on that part until otherwise. But as far as all the stuff that we do see, we've seen other.
Yeah, for sure.
Quarterbacks have the same energy.
Some came down from the very top. I just heard right now, before I got on here, that they talking about cutting a nigga.
They not.
I mean, it's possible. They got 4 quarterbacks right now. They got to cut one of them before season starts. So
Deshaun Watson gonna get cut, bro. He
can't even play. That's 5. That wasn't even the 4 I was talking about.
The main 3
pieces of trash they got.
The main 3 people that reported on the whole Shador thing about him in the interviews, they were black journalists, though.
What the hell that mean?
I mean, they reported the shit.
There was also a black journalist that came up to First Take doing damage control over the Kaepernick snip when they did the thing at the high school. What the F that mean?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, we all should.
Hey, back to
OKC and Memphis, man. Thunder and Fall.
Thank you, Memphis, for coming. That's all I gotta say.
Pause.
It was over to begin with. I mean, come on now.
The first round? Yeah, that wasn't very entertaining.
I thought Ja was going to at least get us 2, but I didn't take into account how tired them niggas would be. You've been in battles all week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you playing a freshly rested team that ain't played in like 2 weeks, that's been playing efficient basketball all year. I should have known how that was going to go. And then Ja gets hurt on top of that. Like,
I'm going to have to go to dinner in a minute, y'all.
All right.
So let's talk about the Lakers, JC.
Told you, man.
Let's get that shit out.
JJ wanted. JJ panicked. He panicked. He didn't want to try to put Jackson Hayes in there to see if he could even try to compete with Rudy, which is kind of fucked up at the same time, because I feel like he young. He probably could have, at least did a little bit more damage control. You feel me? He ain't do too fucking bad. I mean, offensively, he ain't do shit. But I'm saying, like, the game he played in, nigga, Rudy didn't do shit. So,
right.
We won that game, so fuck it, nigga. Fuck it.
And then in the elimination game, you decide to just go all small, and this nigga damn near get a 30-30 in a playoff game.
Yeah, that was goofy.
Rudy Gobert.
He panicked.
What you got to get off your chest, Ragu? This was
they kind of panic, but I feel like, man, LeBron is out of energy, man.
What you mean out of energy?
LeBron got hurt.
Them points and shit he be getting is like hollow, man. He not there at the end of games. He doesn't have the energy to play the whole game and then be there at the end to finish and try to stop guys and try to go and create. He out there jacking up threes, bro. I just feel like, man, if you don't, and none of them dudes do. So Mike, him, Cole, none of them dudes ever want to come off the bench for a year or two, like Bob McAdoo, who was a scoring champion and an all NBA player who did that on the Lakers and won championships. These guys don't want to do that. So since you don't want to do that on any team, I'm not even saying on the Lakers, I think LeBron should just hang it up, bro. He doesn't.
Who the fuck would you start over LeBron on the Lakers? Who would you start over LeBron?
Yeah, I'm with Tizzy on that.
No, not necessarily on the Lakers.
Nah, because you brought LeBron first, and then you said everybody. So I'm just asking.
As for this
Lakers,
season,
and then on that, like, who do you start over these people that we're talking about? Because it's hard to put these niggas on the bench when the nigga that's coming off the bench ain't gonna even give you half of what this nigga
gives. That's a fact.
Even if it is what you're saying is true.
Yeah, nah, the niggas that's on the team.
And that just means we have a depth problem.
That's all I'm relaying to you is like,
but you gonna have to get some more
now. It's not like you can.
But hold on, I'm not gonna all the way spit on Bron though, because he was for those who's watching the game in game 4.
Honestly,
in the fourth quarter of game 4, he played immaculate defense for that quarter. We just didn't close that game out. And I know that, if you look at the box score, I think he didn't score, only scored 4 points or something like that. But he was getting a lot of stops, and we wasn't converting on the other end. So I could give him credit for that. The old man out there giving the most effort on that side of the ball.
So the superstar LeBron would have been able to play defense and
still do all the other stuff. That's a fact.
That's exactly what I'm saying right there. Okay, now we got to settle for one or the other. You know what I'm saying? Either you're going to D up and bullshit on D, or you're going to play hard and not have nothing on offense. And it's time to just...
And we know what it is.
How many more fucking records and shit do we want to get, bro?
And we know what it is with the white boy as far as he don't play defense. We know that. But he went to the finals and didn't play defense. So we need to find a way to get that roster constructed to where we compensate for his lack of defense. He's not going to just magically start playing.
The difference, JC, between Luka and LeBron, Luka is in his prime, bro. This is the player that he is. He's not a defensive guy. Yeah. He's a bucket getter and a facilitator.
And Pelinka needs to act accordingly as far as the roster he puts around that.
Absolutely, bro. And if LeBron want to stay, I'm just saying you got to find somebody, man, that can give. This is what I mean about LeBron. If you're not going to have meaningful minutes in the fourth where you are trying to close out teams, where we can rely on you as one of the top paid dudes on the team, to come in the last 6 minutes of a ball game and D up and get buckets and close out teams. If you can't do that as a starter and you're unwilling to take some minutes off as a, 6 man or whatever, then it's time to hang it up, bro.
Tyrell, you're the only non-Laker fan in the building. What do you think?
Out there running circles around that nigga, man.
What you think Pelinka should do this summer? Or should? Well, yeah, I'm not gonna ask that. What do you think?
Be honest with you, like, he ain't got the right coach. That's another person who ain't got the right coach. I think this series would have been.
But JJ did
more manageable
on that one.
Like,
My
I
bad.
think this series would have been more manageable if y'all had a different coach. If y'all didn't have JJ ready.
But I think this was rookie mistakes though, because he did great in the regular season. I think Tizzy said it perfectly. The nigga panicked. The nigga was making rookie mistakes. He playing.
No, that's cool. Everybody make rookie mistakes. I just don't think I just don't think he's the right coach general.
He panicked,
but,
bro.
that's just me.
He panicked, bro.
You don't think the mistakes he made in the playoffs are fixable?
He was supposed to go to
they're fixable.
Go to the bigs, nigga, and let them niggas body up for Rudy Gobert. It's the same shit like they used to do to LeBron, nigga. They know niggas couldn't guard LeBron, but they was throwing niggas in the game just to get in his fucking way, tire his ass out. Then at the end of the game, we finna put our superstar in.
What happened to the G League nigga that we was playing during the regular season that was getting some meaningful minutes? He was doing decent. We could have threw him at Gobert.
Yeah, they cutting it. Yeah.
Oh, he's not even on the squad right
now? Shit like that. That's what I'm saying.
I thought he was just on the bench.
Nigga could have went and signed JaVale McGee or Dwight Howard or somebody.
I don't know about all that.
I could have signed anybody.
I don't know about all that, nigga.
Now, I will say this: the Lakers have had this problem over the last few years of not having a big.
They should have just kept Mark Williams, bro. He wouldn't play for fucking Charlotte the rest of the year. Like, nigga, if you wasn't gonna play Dalton and Connect, nigga, at the end of the year, you should have just kept Mark Williams.
Man, y'all keep saying the Dalton Connect thing. It wasn't about Connect. Y'all realize that we was finna give them 2 unprotected first round picks? That was the reason why they had buyer's remorse.
Niggas not finna get nothing with them picks, regardless.
Right. I would have traded those unprotected.
I would have traded them bitches because
y'all know y'all gonna be winning. Like, even if LeBron retired, y'all gonna still be winning because y'all got Luka now. So yeah, I would have traded those picks away.
I'd use that capital for somebody else, bro. That nigga Mark Williams is always hurt, bro.
I get what you mean, though. I get it.
Yeah. I just it's been the same talking point with the Lakers is a revolving door. Is either the coach or you need a big or a combination of fucking both.
But at least we wasn't losing in the first round.
If y'all feel like y'all got the coach right now, cool. I don't think y'all got the coach right now, but y'all think y'all got the coach. I'm not a Lakers fan. Y'all think y'all got the coach.
So do you think is that the only thing you think is a problem right now? You think if we get a better coach, we're fine?
Yes, I think if y'all had a better coach, y'all beat the Wolves.
But do we win the championship? Because that's all we give a F about. It's championship or bust.
I got to think. I do have to put y'all at a higher standard. Y'all not winning a championship with JJ as the head coach.
JC, that's what I wanted to say to you.
All right, we're not winning with the way
we did some.
Even if y'all construct a roster correctly, the way to where y'all can compete for a championship and potentially let's go, it's championship time. Like it always is.
We never lost in the first round when we was the top seed, when we was the higher seed. Never.
You mean when we was the lower seed?
I mean, well, yeah. I mean,
when we was getting 7th seed every year, we wasn't losing in the first round. Now we get a top 3 seed and we lose in the first round.
That ain't never happened with Irv, Cole.
Oh, you talking about back then?
Yes.
Okay. See, I'm saying even for the Darvin Ham era, he was playing 7th seed every year, but we were not losing in the first round.
You're right.
We never did.
Definitely not in 5.
Remember, Darvin Ham took y'all to the conference finals.
First season. He was only with us 2 seasons. One was the conference finals, and the other one we lost to the semis to the same exact team.
Like, you know what? Nope, not gonna say nothing because I feel like Darvin Ham low-key got done dirty. Darvin Ham got the David Black treatment. If you ask me.
What about the Mike Malone and the
No, I'm sorry, I have to say this. Yes, Darvin Ham. I've been holding this shit in. Y'all remember head coach David Black?
Yeah. Right? I remember. Okay. Got fired in the middle of the season after going to the finals.
David Black got fired was because he made the wrong substitute. He put people inside the plays that wasn't going inside the game. And that's why he got fired. They did the same shit with Darvin Ham, bro. Darvin Ham got the fucking LeBron David Black treatment. And that shit just fucking irritated because I thought Darvin Ham was good for y'all, especially he proved it that first year. He proved it to y'all that first year. Y'all went from conference finals to semi to the damn first round. Y'all regress. You guys have regressed. Y'all shitted on Darvin Ham when Darvin Ham was the fucking answer.
Don't say y'all.
And y'all needed to get rid of that egotistical asshole.
is getting too old, man.
If y'all win that fucking closeout game, he ain't got no damn bullshit ass
The
MC.
star getting too old. He don't want to guard nobody.
Oh my gosh, that's the goat. That's what it's. Oh, that's your goat. Somebody who don't show the fuck up. Somebody who make bullshit ass injury excuses. Y'all know if y'all win that fucking game 5, he ain't walking around with that bullshit ass fucking limp. I seen the motherfucker fake his damn hand injury. I seen the shit.
I mean, I wasn't even acknowledging it. He talking about his boy Brian.
Hey man, that's crazy.
I was trying to hold
JC,
it.
I'm
What
about to cut
about
out, man. I gotta go to
Luka?
sleep.
What about Luka?
All right, OG, appreciate you, and we'll try to catch you on the next one.
Appreciate you, Raghu.
Man, I'm gonna have to have both of Tizzy and Tyrell on the show, man.
Y'all not gonna have a good season, man. Y'all gonna have
some Chargers. When I talk about Raiders and Chargers,
but it's not gonna be.
Nigga, pull up. Y'all play each other twice a year. Pull up on Raider Ragu when he talking Chargers, nigga.
For sure.
Yeah. All right, y'all. In a minute.
All right, dog. All right, back to Reg.
Yes, I tried to hold that shit in, bro. But it's just, again, and I know, JC, we battled over this both on this show and privately about this shit. But my stance is still the same. The respect, the aura I have for the fucking Lakers is higher than my own fucking organization. It's higher. I don't like. It's higher, and I just hate seeing the fucking Lakers like this. I know y'all had that dark period where Kobe was on the tail end of his career, and y'all ain't know what the fuck to do with it as a head.
And that's
coach.
why I'm appreciative of where we at again.
I get that shit. Like, I would not want to go back to that era, but at the end of the day, y'all the fucking Lakers. You're the fucking Lakers, for fuck's sakes. You're the fucking Lakers.
Bro.
You guys are these.
All right, hold on, Tizzy. Hold on, I got him. Hold on, Tizzy. I got him. Let me holler at you, Tyrell, for a quick second, right? So how much would you attribute LeBron to our shortcomings at this very moment? Like, how bad does he need? 95%. Okay, cool. Right. So hold on. Okay, look. Let me talk to you. Right. So you wasn't there, bro, for 14 to 2019. You were not there, bro. For us, you're talking about us not winning. Hold on. You're talking about us not winning championships as like this. Oh my gosh, y'all are not winning championships. That's disgraceful, right? And I agree with you. Now, what's more disgraceful? When we're flirting with 20 wins a year, or because we losing in the playoffs in first, second, and third round, right? So you got that. We had to go through 3 or 4 years of being a laughing stock in the league. I've never in my 30-something years of living ever had to deal with that ever in my life until that time or since that time. Right?
And it didn't help that the Clippers was getting good too.
Them niggas is bums. I didn't care about them. So now
never do nothing, bro. Why you even bring them up?
Bron gets here in 2018, right? And goes through the motions of the season. We didn't really do much that season either or whatever, right? But he orchestrates a way to get us Anthony Davis. He orchestrates a way to get us a top 5 player in the league at that specific time. Like, I'm not hearing no arguments. Anthony Davis was a top 5 player at the time. And injuries was the only thing stopping him from being in that best player in the league conversation. That nigga was putting up video game numbers before Gerber Kitch and Giannis, all these other niggas. AD was doing that first. Yeah, let's be very clear about that, right? So he finds a way to orchestrate and get us Anthony Davis. And then we end up winning the championship that year. Regardless of what niggas want to say about how it happened or whatever, we got Anthony Davis on our team because of LeBron. So does he not get any credit for that right there?
Yeah, I give
okay.
Shit to him. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we get Anthony Davis, right? That keeps us competitive. Regardless of what the results was, it kept us competitive for the next 3 to 4 years. We're still going to the playoffs, getting conference finals and spit like that. Spit gets a little stale to where it's like, all right, we don't know where this is going to go. This nigga AD's always hurt or whatever. And we end up pulling off the greatest trade in NBA history for any franchise.
Y'all should be.
We got the greatest trade, and who was the flip for that? The same guy that LeBron got to this team in the first place. Now, as long as Luka agrees to the Laker way and ends up signing that contract in a year or two,
said he was.
We got a star for the next 10 years now, whether Bron is here or not. So, with that being said, we went from laughing stock flirting with 20 wins a year to getting a ring with Anthony Davis, who's one of the best defensive players of our generation. And then we flip that and get one of the greatest players in NBA history already, and he's only 25 years old. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer if he retires right now, and he's only been in the league like 8 years. And we end up getting that guy at 25 years old because we flipped the guy that LeBron got to our team. So how do you contribute 95% of what is wrong with the Lakers, and this just went so terrible, and we just went from 20 wins a year to this? Hear anything?
Oh shit! Let me ask you this question.
Okay, mic drop.
Let me ask you this question. I'm gonna tell you this right now. First of all, to acknowledge what you just said, you have outside of that 2020 championship, you have no arguments against me with what you said. All right. How much better? Well, not much better. Do you think your team would have been much better if y'all would have kept the assets? Seeing how they turned out across the league, if y'all would have kept those assets for the AD trade, y'all think y'all would have been better today in this very moment?
No. Who was the assets? We got rid of. The only nigga that I feel like would be a big positive out of that is Josh Hart. Other than that, we traded Lonzo, who's pretty much quote my nigga LeVar, who's been damaged goods since he left here. Yeah, Kuzma is a bum who gets numbers on garbage teams and then fooled the Bucks into thinking he was really like that. Brandon Ingram always hurt, and even when he do play, it's a bunch of empty stats, getting 20 to 25 a game, but don't do spitos. Pelicans had to basically beg Toronto to take him because they couldn't get anybody else to want to take him. So, what is it that we really lost from the assets that you're talking about?
I mean, as far as Ross moves, you got your point. It's just y'all just been so unstable in that, and especially with head coaching with him. Like, what this is head coach, number 4?
But that's because of the fans. That's not even. I think that's the fans and Laker culture, because every time something go wrong, that's the first thing Laker fans go to. Oh, it's the coach. It's the coach. There was nothing wrong with Vogel. I was one of the few that didn't want Vogel to get fired. But Darvin Ham, I didn't care either way. Like, whether they kept him or fired him, I didn't care. I actually advocated for Vogel to stay on the team. Vogel is not a bad coach.
I know the LeBron fire coach tendencies that he got.
But I don't think he had nothing to do with Vogel, though. And the only reason I think he had something to do with Darvin Ham is because JJ was his boy that he was doing the podcast with. That's the only reason why. I don't even think that was personal against Ham. I think it was more so pro-Reddit.
Well, shit, he ain't want Luke Walton there neither. He's like, I'm about to get coached by a guy that I used to play with.
I don't blame him for that. Luke Walton was trash.
But he used to play against JJ. So
Luke Walton got that 24-0 winning streak with the greatest team ever. And niggas thought he was a good coach. That's all that happened.
That's really is.
So I don't blame him for that. If he did, thank you. That's a positive.
You know what, JC?
So yeah,
I'm about to admit something here. And I don't think I ever did this because I like to stand my ground. Mm-hmm. Throw my hands up.
All right.
Throw my hands up.
I respect it.
You know me. I usually stand my ground, even if I sound slightly stupid.
Especially with that guy. I think it's because you can relate to the pain of 2014 to 2018. And you probably have some PTSD that clicked. Like, damn. Like, I know what that's like. Yeah, you know what that's like for years and years and years.
Remember what I told you about before we started recording about the child that I was. I paid attention to everything that the Cavs were the first time he came through here, the first time he was here. And I remember all the shit that he was doing behind the scenes that wasn't getting reported in the national media.
Right.
I used to read newspapers, bro. And the only thing I used to read in newspapers was the sports section. And I threw the rest of the fucking newspaper away.
Hey, and Todd, just for the record, I'm not saying everything you're saying is wrong. You do have some points in some of the things you say. I just think there's far more good that outweighs the bad.
Compared to where y'all were from 14 to 18, absolutely.
Correct.
Absolutely. You are absolutely 100% right. My stance is, however, this is the Los Angeles Lakers. If it was the Clippers, if it was the Pacers, if it was the Wolves, if it was Sacramento, I ain't got shit to say, bro. They need that shit. Right. Y'all the fucking Lakers. That's why I'm like, there's a higher standard. Like this shit is successful. But Kobe brought y'all 5. Magic got y'all 5. Kareem got y'all what, 5 as well?
Yeah. 5.
Shaq got y'all 3.
3.
So
Wilt got 2.
So
Wilt got 2.
Wilt got 2. So when I look at that, and then we're gonna put LeBron in this uniform, go off of what you saying. You know how I feel. But he got y'all 1. I can't take.
But if Luka ends up getting 1, I think the story's still being written. If Luka ends up getting 1 or 2 himself and becomes the Laker legend that we think he will be, I think we still got to attribute that to Bron. Just like Jerry gets credit for getting us Gasol.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's a part of his Laker history.
Yeah, that is. So, and you got to give Jerry credit for getting y'all Kobe anyway.
For getting us Kobe, for getting us Gasol. I think Shaq was what's his name?
No, Shaq was Jerry. Nope.
That wasn't Kupchak?
No, that was Jerry. Jerry orchestrated Shaq as well.
Which Jerry?
Wes. What's Jerry you talking? Oh, Jerry Buzz. You talking about
I didn't know Wes was Shaq. I thought Wes was specifically just Kobe from what I
know. Jerry West was Shaq and Kobe.
Okay. Well, yeah. So Jerry has a lot of things outside of just his basketball career that makes him a Laker legend. So if Luka ends up being what we think, we have to attribute that to Bron as well.
I will agree with you on that 100%. I ain't got issue to say about that.
So Ragu was in a rush to talk about this series, so we didn't get to close out the last one. What do y'all think Memphis needs to do this Sunday?
Blow it up.
Damn, nigga, y'all niggas, that's y'all answer for everything, huh? Not retool, not get better, not try to aim for this star. Just blow it up, give up, and give us some garbage basketball for 3 years until somebody finally come along. Like, come on, bro. They just blew it up. That's how they got job.
My point, but how many? What is it? What?
I don't think you should be talking about blowing up and
what's the definition of insanity? Please tell me.
Tizzy, I know where you're going. I know where you're going. But explain to me what would be the same thing in this scenario that they keep doing and not like they fired Taylor Jenkins finally. Like that's not the same thing.
Okay,
they should have fired him 5-6 years ago.
Oh, he's sniping. They fired him at the wrong time.
But they should have been fired him, so I'm cool with it. He should have been lost his job.
If you're gonna get rid of Ja and blow it up, you better get a huge trade deal.
They're not trading Ja, bro. They're not trading Ja.
Yeah, but we should
let's stop. No, for real, let's stop.
No, but we shouldn't use blow it up and Ja Morant in the same sentence. That's not good.
No, because if you trade Ja, you gotta go get somebody like Trae Young or something.
Tizzy.
Yeah.
All grind sex scandal.
Right, no, for real. Tizzy, what's going on?
You get Trae Young, you trade Ja.
Tizzy, hold on.
I'm saying you shake the league up. Ja fit right in Atlanta.
Tracy, he's so oblivious. Oh my God.
Tizzy, brother. I advise you to get you a background right now.
the
I advise you to get it back.
busy,
Oh
bro.
man,
What's going on?
I gotta
Oh,
do.
this nigga.
All grind
I
sex
gotta.
scandal.
Yeah, I gotta do some editing tonight.
Oh shit!
This
I
nigga
ain't
funny,
hating,
bro.
but
What you on a Mac? Phone? What you on right now, bro?
I'm on the phone, P. Hold on.
Yeah, you
man,
can't get.
yeah, you might want to start or change your background. Oh shit, man. Oh shit. He was hey JC, you know what made it funny, man? He just kept going. He just kept going on this.
You gotta be professional, bro. Come on.
I feel it. I feel it. I was trying.
To tell you.
Lord have mercy. I love
Hey,
my
Jay,
brother
you might have
too.
to edit that out. You might have to edit that one out, man.
Might.
That's
Nigga, I'm not trying to get flagged, nigga. It's YouTube.
Nah, bro, that's a blooper reel right there.
For sure.
Oh man.
Where was we at, man? I lost my damn train.
Oh no.
Yeah, all this blow it up spit, man. Y'all niggas gotta. That's the problem with the NBA now, bro. That's why we get so much garbage basketball, bro. You don't have to blow it up all the time. Just retool.
Yeah.
In Memphis's case, you already did right. You fired Taylor Jenkins finally. The timing was a little weird, but hey, he's gone. So they need to. It's gonna make or break them. I think as far as this next coach they get. I don't think Baines is what they think he is. I don't think he's like a second best player on a championship team kind of guy. So I think they might want to take a risk, not blow it up, but take a risk to try to go get like a disgruntled star somewhere. Like I feel like even though I just finished talking spit about him, I feel like an Ingram kind of guy would be a great fit on Memphis. You know what I'm saying? Or if they could put a package together to get KD over there. I don't know how much he would want to be over there, but if a Ja and KD led team, you're telling me that's not the championship contender?
And that's two guys that can coexist with each other and they
100%. And they're not stepping on each other's toes.
Yeah,
and then you got Jaren Jackson still as the rim protector. Yeah. Like
yeah,
you don't have to let go of Jaren. How you gonna get that?
Nigga, Baines, they can make that contract work. They gave him like 150 million or something.
Yeah, John and KD, they games are very complementary to each other. So that could work. That could work.
That could work. I can see that.
So that's what I think. They need to put a package together to get them a star wing. Maybe even try to holler at Philly about PG, maybe. I know y'all got y'all feelings about him.
Nah, nigga.
Who?
Paul George would not. Hold on. Let me finish. He wouldn't be the best player on the team still. So I think just having him as a coexisting guy and
he's mentally a pussy. PJ is mentally a pussy. That's not gonna work. They don't need. You can't be mentally pussy in Memphis, Tennessee, bro.
Okay, I'm with you. All right, I'm with you. All right, maybe not PG, but a star wing.
He damn sure ain't gonna do it in Memphis.
A 20 a game, a guy kind of wing player who plays defense. That's what I would aim for. That's what I'm doing if I'm there.
You gotta realize Philadelphia will beat your ass for being a mentally pussy. Memphis would kill your ass for being
like that. And they kind of carry certain attitude. Ja's gritty. He likes dogs. You know what I'm saying? Paul George is a little more pacified.
Yeah, I don't know if you've ever been to Memphis, Tennessee, man. They don't bullshit down there.
I haven't been there, but my cousin played down there for a few years, so I know how their culture is. I'm very familiar.
I was there for a week and I feared my damn life. And
even if they got him back, I think that would be a great fit because I think he's a free agent this summer. So if Memphis got a couple of dollars for him, I can even see Cuzzo going back over there and making an impact. You see how Golden State was doing when he was over there, and then they traded him, and you see them niggas start falling off, and they didn't start getting it back until Jimmy Butler got there. So
yeah, that's right.
All right, next up, we got Knicks in Detroit. Knicks 1-6.
Shout out Detroit, man. young, gritty team.
Absolutely, they got a bright future.
Not a lot of expectations onto them. Then in the preview show, wasn't they predicted to only win like 27 games or something like that?
I gotta go back. Yeah,
I
was
was the only nigga
disrespect.
that I said them niggas in 7, bro.
Oh yeah, you did.
I said Detroit in 7, nigga, and they came down to the last shot, bro.
Last possession, yeah.
I will say this because I just experienced this with their head coach with JB Bickerstaff. He's the guy, and this is what I'm realizing with JB. JB is the guy that rebuilds the culture. He shows them how to win. He gives them the confidence, and you guys can achieve anything that we work hard for. But he's not going to be the guy that's going to lead them to a championship. And that's what they don't, and that's what they kind of need right now. They need a guy that's going to rebuild the structure and the culture that is Detroit Pistons basketball.
And that's the perfect coach for it.
And when they're ready to compete for a championship, that's
then they're going to go off their guy. Yeah. Yep. That's what y'all did. That's exactly what y'all niggas did.
You got to realize, like, the Cavaliers was to go from John Beilein to JB was night and day, bro. It was night and day. When John Beilein was over there talking about y'all playing like a bunch of gangsters and thugs and stuff like that, and how he ran their organization, like, it was horrible. But JB fixed all of that. And JB is sometimes a coach just not gonna win the championship as a head coach, but he there to fix.
You gotta coach for a specific reason.
JB has done a phenomenal job with that.
I would even put Mark Jackson in that conversation of fixing a franchise and getting them to be Mark Jackson.
Yes, absolutely.
I think he's another example of somebody who fixed the program, and then it was like, okay, it's time to go to that next level, and they went and got Curry. Same thing.
Yeah. Now Jackson got fired for different reasons though, but yeah, you're right.
Nigga, they was after 6th seed with the same exact squad.
We ain't gonna talk about why
they was a 6th seed with the same exact squad, nigga. And Steve Kerr won the championship the next year.
I'm not trying to get our show.
It was stale. It was stale, nigga.
No.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
I ever Mark Jackson too, bro. But we're not.
I don't want to offend any type of community, but he clearly did, and that's all I got to say about that.
I'm not saying it was the only reason, but you made it easier, nigga, because you were a 6th seed. Now, what does Detroit need to do this summer? Just stay the course? That's what I say. Just stay the course, keep adding depth. What do y'all think?
You know how you just said that Desmond Bane got to go?
Mm-hmm.
And Memphis, he'll be perfect for Detroit. He'll be perfect.
Why you say that?
Because he's a guy that has had some success in the league. He brings that veteran experience. He's going from one grit and grind environment to another, and you don't need him to be the second best player of the team. And his game complements very well.
Who's the second best player right
now? They really ain't got no second best player, but I mean, it's kind of pressure with Memphis because Memphis is ready to like.
I would say if I had to, if you twist my arm, I would say maybe Duran.
Yeah, but like Memphis is kind of ready to win right now, so where they need him to be the second best player compared to Detroit, where there's
that's a fact. That's a fact.
So that's the difference that I'm trying to make here.
The pressure is not the same.
The pressure is not the same, and really, for real, if you wanted to just like toy around with the lineups, you can have him be your 6th man. I think he would be perfect as a 6th man. But they need to add some pieces for sure. They need to add some veteran pieces, some not old veteran, but like contribute and give you about 10 to 15 points and about like in between 15 to 20 minutes.
You know what? Speaking of that, he's not gonna give you what you just said. But I've been a big advocate of getting more veterans in the locker room to prevent Ja kind of behavior. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think, you need a Haslam in that locker room if you're a contending team or a young team. Like, you need guys like that to hold the players accountable. Things that the coach can't do. A player can slap you upside the head and don't nothing happen. Coach can't slap you upside the head. You know what I'm saying? So I think we need more veteran presence in these locker rooms. And I think the perfect guy I think the perfect guy for Detroit that's an unrestricted free agent this summer would be Steven Adams. I think putting somebody like him in that locker room would take them to another level. Even though production-wise on the court, it won't show that, but I think him being there, I think he fits that culture perfectly.
Definitely.
And he not, I know Adams ain't as old as people think, but he still he demands that kind of respect in a room, and he has been in the league, 10 years now, if I'm not mistaken. So,
you know who I would try to get if I was them too? Why not go for Clint Capella? Why not?
I ain't gonna lie, he's getting kind of washed.
Yeah.
I'm not really.
I don't need
He's undersized. He undersized as a big man.
No,
but in his prime, but in Clint's prime, or if whatever you would call his prime peak or whatever, Clint was like that. He was a double machine when he was on Houston, but he's far and away from them days.
Yeah, I don't need him to put up points, but I need him for his defensive side and rebound and some depth.
Yeah,
have him come off the bench. Now he may be demanding more, and if he demanding that, I will bid you a goodbye. But if he willing to
for the right price, you'll take Capella on Detroit.
The right price, I'll take Capella, and that adds so much depth to them. You take Capella, go for Desmond Bane, you got a completely different team.
And I do think they need another
backcourt. Keep Isaiah Stewart just because he's just that tough motherfucker that's just gonna go out there and just. You
need a guy. Every championship team, you need a guy who's a little 50-50.
Yeah, you need an Isaiah Stewart. You need it. I don't care. Everybody go. Oh, he put up 0 points. Who gives a fuck if he puts up any points? Exactly. You're not there to. Don't shoot the ball. Don't touch the motherfucker. Unless you stealing the ball, don't touch the bitch. Right. Don't touch the ball. If you rebound it, pass it to somebody immediately. I don't give a fuck if this is the damn center. Pass it to somebody. Don't shoot shit. And or shit. I need you to be the motherfucker to go out there and box motherfuckers. And I ain't mean boxing out. I need you to actually go out there and box motherfuckers and add some damn toughness to this damn team. I need you to be my Draymond Green for real, for real. That's what I need you to be. Don't do shit and just be tough and piss everybody off.
And I don't know, I don't know what the numbers was as far as the scoring, but I would assume Malik Beasley was probably the second leading scorer on the team during that series. And if that's the case, that's not a formula to winning a championship, bro. No. Malik Beasley should not be your second leading scorer in the playoffs. So you're going to need to get another real backcourt guy. Maybe a Desmond Bane, like you said, but, just somebody who's able to get you anywhere from 18 to 20, 23 a night. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the Tobias thing. You know what I mean? Like maybe
I hate that nigga, bro.
Tobias, the thing about Tobias is he don't fit that how they play.
Yeah,
like his game is not.
Either. I don't think
like a lot of people convolute how basketball is supposed to be played and everything. At the end of the day, basketball is complementary. Like
he's still living off that Clipper season he had like 7-8 years ago.
For real. He the Doc Rivers of players, bro. And
it wasn't even a full season if I remember correctly. It was like half a season when he did all that. And that nigga been living off that, getting contracts every season.
He like Nicholas Batum, but like more longevity. Remember Nicholas Batum went off for like that season and he got that big ass contract
with Charlotte.
Yeah, like that's what he is, but just longevity. He the Doc Rivers of players. Like, hey, I had that one good season. Remember that?
Batum was I ain't gonna lie, Batum was nice in Portland though. Like he was like a prototype NBA player of what you would want. Plays defense, makes his shots, can get to the rim.
Why the fuck he's still in the? That's why he in the league.
That's why he's still in the league. That's why he's still in the league.
They should have took his ass out. That's
because everything ain't always skill set wise. He has the right IQ for basketball. He's somebody you want in the locker room. So yeah, that's why he's still in the league.
But they got that nigga on the floor.
That means that they short on depth. That ain't his fault. And he still contributed on top of that. Who's next? Let's go. Let's get Boston and Orlando out the way. It was Boston in 5.
Paolo gonna be great.
Yes.
I feel like Trae Young should go to Orlando. Them niggas would be.
Yeah, I think you said that.
Insane.
Yeah, Trae Young or they trade for Melo.
Nah.
Yeah, he gonna keep the ball out of Paolo hands.
Yeah, he gonna try to keep it out of Paolo hands.
I think Orlando, they're not there now, but they're gonna be contenders they're contenders like in the next 3 years. Like,
what will it take though?
That I'm not sure. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure about it.
I'll
have to do more in depth with them.
Yeah, I think with that, I don't think they're contenders yet. That's my thing. I don't think they're contenders quite yet. I think they're in a position where they need to just keep beefing up the depth, keep doing good in the draft, keep doing your homework, scouts. Try to get some little, good veteran pieces in the summer. There's nobody specific I can think of like, this star needs to go to Orlando and it'll change everything. I feel like they should just stay the course because sometimes you F things up trying to go that route too. When you try to just make that splash trade and think like, oh,
they don't need to make a splash.
Yeah, just keep building that roster. Give it like another year or two, and then you'll see exactly like, okay, like this is the guy that can take us over the top. Yeah,
they do go that route. They do go that route where they just adding pieces. We're talking about, how right now we're talking about Boston and Cleveland being the upper echelon.
Even OKC. Look how OKC did it.
Yeah,
they did the same thing. They just kept building year after year. I remember I said it a couple years ago when they didn't even win 40 games. I remember telling people they was one of my favorite teams to watch at that time. And people was looking at me crazy. I saw it coming, bro. Yeah. I saw that split. So Orlando, just stay the course. Just keep doing the same thing. Y'all will be all right. Y'all just simply not ready yet. Boston, regardless of what I say, they are the defending champs. Yeah. They got a lot of depth on the roster. So
these are the type of playoff losses that build championship teams. Right. Especially if they do it right.
And it's not like they just ran y'all out the building. You feel me? Y'all did pinch the trick back a couple times. You feel me? So a few of them games were winnable. So it shows you that you're there.
That's something.
You gave a fight, even though it was a gentleman's sweep, but you gave a fight to the team that most people have winning the championship this year. So.
Yeah.
Where should we go next? Let's go Denver and Clippers, man. That win. That's probably one of the greatest playoff series I ever seen. Wow. I hate how it ended, but that's one of my favorite playoff series I ever seen.
Yeah, that's up there. That's up there. It had everything you wanted.
Everything you
game
wanted. Winners, fights, drama. 40 pieces, 30 pieces. Man, whatever you need. Triple doubles.
Everything, man. Everything.
Gritty, you know what I'm saying? I think one of the games nobody even scored 100 or barely scored 100 or something like that. Like that was a bomb series right there. Like I thought that game 7 was gonna go differently, but James Harden had his classic playoff fashion that I should have known was coming at some point in time.
Well, I think the Boosie curse is permanent on James Harden, man. I really do. Yeah, was it the Boosie curse or was it the Lil B curse? It was the Lil B curse. Yeah, the Lil B curse is permanently on him.
It didn't work with KD.
Single digits. Single digits Harden. That's what he is.
He might have the worst game 7 numbers of any superstar in NBA history.
And he's supposed to be a top 3 motherfucking 2 guard better than Wade. Shit.
I never said that. I never.
Niggas be saying he better than Wade.
I know, but I've never been one of those. I'll stop that conversation quick.
People who say James Harden is better than Wade ain't never watched no damn basketball. I don't want to hear that.
Or they 21 or younger.
Yeah, like I say, started watching basketball within the last 2 years.
Yeah, I'm talking about niggas our age, bro. Say that shit, nigga.
No, that's just Schmeat riding. That's what that's called.
Yeah, that is. It's recency bias. That's all.
Yep.
Niggas is watching box scores.
Mm-hmm.
So, what the Clips need to do this summer?
Trade James Harden.
Yep.
Get LaMelo.
You know what?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say it. What we said? 3 different teams.
Oh no, Tiz. That's dangerous.
Hey, you know what I said?
They want to win. They want to be like LA.
I don't know if Charlotte does that, but that's dangerous.
If you want to beat the big dogs, you gotta be like the big dogs.
That's probably the best. That's probably the best fit you said for LaMelo. To be honest,
I swear to God, bro. And he from LA. He gonna play hard. He gonna play defense.
For sure.
Bro, you gonna see a different side of LaMelo. I'll be trying
for sure.
You see a different side.
They're not gonna do it because they just built that.
He'll make an All-Star appearance for sure.
You said because what?
They just built that new arena and they trying to put butts in those into it dome, whatever they want to call it, but blow it up.
Nigga,
That's what you want.
Oh, you're saying
you want to fill the seats, bro? You get LaMelo.
They're not blowing that up.
They're not blowing it up because they're trying to sell seats in that dang new arena. But they've been.
You said so. Wait, are you saying blow it up over what Tizzy just suggested?
They've been stuck in the same loop for 15 years.
Yeah, but they just freed up that sometimes the best thing you can do is what you didn't do, right? So them not giving Paul George that contract, think about how much that breathing room that just helped them, and they still just made the playoffs.
And now imagine if they come off.
Think about the money they still got to play with. They still got assets. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much.
James Harden, nigga, and then go build around that.
Yeah.
Be quiet.
I'm not gonna lie.
That would be fucking, nigga. Don't tell me you wouldn't watch that. LaMelo and Kawhi with a car around.
That's nasty, bro. That's nasty.
That sounds crazy.
That's nasty, bro.
That is no CTV. That's Tinseltown to its core.
Nigga, go put LaMelo on.
Ballmer will pay top dollar to make that happen.
Yeah, he would. Okay, anybody? This is gonna be crazy.
That nigga probably knew about LaMelo when he was in high school. Like, that's right down the street.
Yeah. And I'm only asking this as a halfway. Don't be surprised, but it would be kind of crazy. Anybody opposed to them trading Kawhi?
I wouldn't be opposed to it.
100%.
Like they might have to trade.
In my opinion, the only thing stopping Kawhi from being the best player in the league is injuries. That's it.
Yeah.
That is literally it.
Because when he healthy, there ain't too many people that can touch his game.
Now, if we go into next season and you're still dealing with the same bullshit, at that point it's like, all right, bro, like this, enough is enough. You know what I mean? But as it stands right now, I'm not touching Kawhi. Pause.
Big pause.
All right, who's next? Pacers and Bucks. This ended kind of funny. Pacers 1-5. I had Bucks in 5 on my bracket, and it was Pacers in 5.
Nigga, I told you Pacers, nigga.
I didn't know Dame wasn't playing, first of all, and then when I did find out he wasn't playing, all I did was change it to Bucks in 7. I didn't think it was gonna go like that.
There is a man on that sideline named Doc Rivers.
He got some blackball information on Silver or something.
So, he got something because you riding
that 2008. Nigga, that's almost 20 years ago now.
Even the Celtics players said like we wouldn't have won that shit if it wasn't for Tom Thibodeau being an assistant on that team.
Facts.
Like you the only coach to blow multiple 3-1 leads with multiple organizations. Like, even the one that he didn't blow in Philadelphia, he still like fucking blew that 3-1 lead to make it a game 7. This dude is the most overrated motherfucker. Why this motherfucker still got a job? I don't get it. Take your raspy voice ass on TV and stay over there and be some mid-ass ESPN analyst.
That's the cold thing. It's like, even though I don't understand how this nigga still got a job, I am glad that he did us a favor and got his voice off of ESPN. Because that was, I ain't gonna lie, they did us a great, I don't know who told them that was a good idea to replace Mark Jackson and Van Gundy with Doris Burke and Doc. Who told y'all we wanted that?
Stupid.
Because Mark Jackson and Van Gundy told the truth about everybody, and Silver Slipper was tired of it. He told the truth about everybody, every single star. It did not matter. Them motherfuckers did not care who the fuck you was. If you was playing like shit, you was playing like shit. If you played great, you played great. If you need to improve, you need to improve. That's what the NBA is missing. They missing those commentators that call these players out. And they got tired of that shit because it's just your ticket. It's just your fault. You want to know why the ratings down? You got rid of Mark Jackson and Jeff Van Gundy and put Doris Burke fine ass over there and some third-rated scrub on there. It was about the only 3-person commentary team that fucking worked, because most 3-person commentary teams, one is always trying to overtalk the other to get they shine. They was the only motherfuckers that actually knew what the fuck they was talking about, held accountability to everybody, held accountability to the league, to the refs, to the stars, to the fans, to the coaches, and didn't hog up their fucking time, and they all meshed up well. And they got rid of that shit. They got rid of that shit, bro. For Doris Bird fine ass, and I don't even know who the third motherfucker is, but get the fuck off my TV screen, bro.
I think it's Richard Jefferson now.
They be saying stupid shit.
Oh, the fucking LeBron fucking suck up, the clutch sports sucker. Oh, it is him. That's right. He only got a job because he best friends with LeBron.
And before him, it was JJ. After Doc went back to coaching.
Oh, what a surprise! Why do you think I call it Lee ESPN?
That is crazy.
You should have a little more respect for Richard Jefferson, though. I remember he wrote that letter when y'all was down 3-1 to inspire the fans and the team again. So
yeah, that's cool and all. Anyway, he sucks as a commentator. That's cool and all.
This nigga's cold.
Lee ESPN. Unfucking real. They weren't getting paid by Clutch Sports, so they got rid of them. And y'all wondering why we missing all these great. See, a lot of people don't contribute to the fact that commentators fucking matter. When
for sure.
We've grown up with all these great commentators that people be quote unquote shitting on, but when they fucking go in and they bring these fucking scrubs in, then you don't want their asses back.
Facts.
Yeah.
You don't know how good a commentary team is until you get some shitty ass community college motherfucker who ain't got his fucking pants wet. Still in fucking diapers, bro. You get that motherfucker talking, be like, oh my gosh, where the fuck is Marv Albert when you need him? Oh, where's Kenny Albert? Where is Noah Eagle?
Albert, I ain't gonna lie. Albert had fell off, bro, before he left.
And Albert fell off and still got the majority of these fucking commentators today. That's to tell you how great Marv Albert is. Washed up, all the has-been Marv Albert is better than 90% of these commentators out here today. Tell me I'm fucking lying.
I plead the fifth.
Nigga. That shit used to be legendary when he 4-3. I'm like, he about to fucking give out. But that shit be.
I ain't gonna lie. I shouldn't have a little disdain with Marv. But I kind of took something out on him that had nothing to do with him. But I just didn't like how he had a same exact situation as Greg Anthony. Greg Anthony got chastised and fired, and Marv Albert just got to keep steaming through it like nothing happened. So I had a problem with that. And again, that's not Marv's fault, but it just left a bad taste in my mouth. Pause.
I mean, relationships matter.
Yeah.
So does the color of your skin, but I'll move on.
That's what I mean by relationships.
Are we video ready again, Tizzy, or we still all grind sex scandal kind of time?
Yeah.
Oh, we get it.
Got to look good for the clips. My next question before the next question. What are y'all thoughts on Tyrese's dad getting banned for the rest of the playoffs?
That's what the fuck he get.
Yeah. If he was an average motherfucker, for real,
he'd be banned from all NBA games ever.
Yeah, he would.
Nobody ever in the history of basketball ever did something that disrespectful. The last time that shit happened, nigga, them niggas that was fighting with the fans that was fighting with the players, they got banned for life for that shit. And they was fighting. Nigga, bro, the nigga who threw beer on the fucking floor, that nigga got banned for life for that shit, bro. Mm-hmm. Nigga, know your place, bro. You can celebrate, but don't be disrespectful. Yes, he could have walked on the floor, nigga, and like it would have been different if he would have just ran past, you feel me, and then went and celebrated with his son, you feel me? Yeah. And was holding up the flag, you feel me? Or it'd have been different if he would have been, like I said, if he would have been on a motherfucking if he would have been on a sideline He'd have been on the sideline, and the players was walking off, and then he would have been waving the flag.
Right.
That'd have been different. A nigga be like, okay, you being disrespectful, but they won. You feel me? Okay, we walking off, we shaking hands, everybody waving flags. You get what I'm saying? But you run your goofy ass, old ass on the floor, waving your son flag. Hey, bro, come on, bro. Like,
Tizzy, tell us how you really feel.
Because if I reach over here and just slap the dog shit out you, nigga, for no reason, nigga,
Right.
then
Yeah,
it's Giannis
you right. Giannis would have got a suspension for that for sure.
Exactly, nigga, get your
right. And it's so crazy because, dude, you doing that shit took the moment away from your son, bro.
exactly, nigga.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what that shit remind me of? Y'all remember when Gloria James used to get in a fucking fights with
Oh
everybody?
yeah, he told her to sit her butt down.
Her ass down, bro. And she done did that shit, and LeBron was like, "Get your ass about here."
But okay, hold on. I'm the moderator, so let me play devil's advocate.
Okay.
So my son just got voted by his peers as the most overrated player in the league by all y'all niggas, right? And I just hit. My son just hit a game winner on who most believe is the best player in the league on a 1-on-1 to win the damn series in 5.
Yeah.
I'm geeked, bro. Like, you might do things that is a little out of character. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just hit the game winner on you. You the best player in the league. Like, yeah, nigga, who's overrated? How I know you didn't vote my son overrated? You know what I'm saying? Like, it could have been that type of time.
Let me play devil advocate with this. JC, you grew up with a strong male figure in your life or
Absolutely.
father?
Absolutely.
Tizzy, you?
On and off, yeah.
On and off. What's the one thing we hear from us, man? Keep your emotions in check, bro.
Check. On God, nigga.
Keep that shit in check, and he ain't keep his emotions in check. You absolutely right, JC. But in that moment, you can talk shit from the side, bro, and get in his face on the side.
He could have
bro.
popped that at the interview. He could have did that shit when they was
that shit in front of his face on the side.
Like, nigga, he could have like who overrated. He could have did that.
But the
niggas
thing is
that I'm like, I love it. But no,
the thing is that like my son is on the younger side. My son is only like a year old or whatever it may be. JC, you got your stepson. Tizzy, I don't know if you got any kids now. The one thing you're not supposed to do, especially with your kid, no matter if he's grown or not, is take his moment away. Take his shine away.
Nigga, I'm not fucking running on the floor, nigga.
Right. I'm not taking my son's shine away, man.
Exactly,
like,
bro.
That's my son's moment. I didn't work for that moment. My son worked for that moment. My son is the one who got called over.
Okay, but
I'm happy that my son overcame that shit. But at the end of the day, that's my son's moment.
But now your goofy ass got banned for life for that shit.
Now you can't go see your son.
He's not banned for life. He's banned for just the rest of these players.
For the rest of the year, but you can't go see your son. Like, let's say now let's
win a championship. Your ass can't be there.
Can't even be there.
Right. Let's play the hindsight game, right? What if your son make this historic run and go to the finals? You can't be there for none of that shit in person. Because you acting goofy for one fucking moment.
Hey, my son got $200 million. I'm set for life. I'm gonna get to celebrate with him at the parade. I mean, how much did you really hurt my feelings? Let's talk about it.
I'm sneaking into the press box.
Right.
He gonna talk. Somebody's telling the show. This ain't no regular fan sneaking into a game.
But
you can get up in that bitch, bro.
Get up in that shit. But you gotta realize
somebody's selling, bro. It's social media these days.
The money don't matter if you can't see your son.
That's why you go in the skybox with like some white people who ain't gonna snitch on you. You feel me? You just be in there chilling. You can't be doing too much. You got to be in the back of the skybox chilling. Clap with your son, and you can't do the extras.
Who's my spit echoing? My check. Oh yeah, that's real spit.
What?
That's your spit, bro.
Well, I told you I can't plug in my damn headset.
Nah, nigga, it's been good all episode.
I ain't did shit.
Turn your volume down to something, nigga.
Oh, I thought it was mine.
Nah, I just muted you and I didn't hear it. What's next? So we did Cleveland, we did Indiana. What do the Bucks need to do this summer? Hold on, real quick. Breaking news. Kenny Atkinson, Coach of the Year. Cleveland. Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
I thought it should have been Bickerstaff, but hey.
For Detroit?
Yeah, that would be my second choice, Bickerstaff. But good stuff.
But see, that's all I'm saying. Like some of these awards, they need to have like more.
Yeah, like what do y'all really go off of? Like
That's
Cleveland was
like,
good last year.
Like,
it was good last year. I don't think nobody expected Cleveland to be this good though.
Nigga, they was.
Bro, they was on their way, bro.
Detroit's
Detroit's been poverty for the last decade.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know what they win. How many games did they win last year? Wasn't they like second seed, some shit like that?
Probably fourth.
Second, third seed. Like
they were fourth.
Yeah, fourth.
Which is again, that's not that. Like you were top 4 team in the league.
Yeah,
I mean, top 4 team in your conference last year. Like, come on, bro. I'm not giving you coach of the year for that.
And they
didn't even give Steve Kerr coach of the year for his 67 wins because they was like, y'all niggas was already good. I'm not crediting you for that.
Anyway, my boy Kenny Atkinson, coach of the year. Let's fucking go. That's all I gotta say.
And now he's finna get eliminated by the motherfucking Patriots. He's getting out coach.
No, listen to me.
Out coach. Hey.
Listen to me.
Hey, catch me screaming. You feel me on
Halliburton need to control his dad. The shit gonna get sad.
They not gonna be there. They ain't gonna control his dad.
They won game 1. Look, they won game 1, but we a little bit mad, but we gonna get glad because the Cavs gonna have it in 5. All right, the Cavs in 5.
That's crazy.
They thought what they had.
Cavs in 5 is crazy.
Cavs in 5.
So y'all gonna fall straight?
Didn't you just hear the words that flew out my mouth? Cavs in 5.
I don't understand it.
Back to regular schedule.
Cavs in 5.
All right, back to regular schedule programming. What do the Bucks need to do this Sunday?
Fire Doc Rivers. Speaking of coaches, there you go.
Other than that, because I think we all agree on that. Other than that, that's easy.
That's an easy
probably try to trade Damian Lillard if you can.
Why trade Damian? Because he hurt.
No, because kind of the same thing I've been saying since he got there. Him and Giannis played the same exact game. They played the exact same style of basketball. It hasn't worked. I know Giannis was hurt last year. Dame got hurt. Whatever. It's not working.
Yeah, they haven't even really had a real chance for it.
It's not working. So I would trade Dame.
Trade Kuzma.
Definitely trade his bum ass.
For a pack of bologna, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, come on, man. Come on. He deserves at least turkey meat. Come on. At least a cold cut turkey. Come on.
I don't know about that cold cut sweet.
God, come on. Man. Don't do him like that. Don't do him like that.
All right, but you got to add raviolis on Cool's side. And then we got a deal.
I don't know. I just think Doc is the main problem there. I think you solved about 85% of your problems firing Doc.
So we'll go get AJ back.
Oh, let me tell you another problem. That the Bucks got. And this ain't gonna happen. But they need to change fucking owners. They need to change owners.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen.
It's not.
But fuck Jimmy Haslam. Let me just say that. Fuck Jimmy Haslam. Yes, Jimmy Haslam owns the Bucks.
I was just talking about these niggas. I think Milwaukee has given Giannis far too much power because of who he is. And I understand that you want to keep your superstar happy, but I think that they've kind of let it get a little too out of control to where it's like now all the problems you have pretty much, or I could say the majority of them, is attributed to something you were doing to either appease Giannis or that Giannis requested. So
yeah, because having his brothers and shit, that shit.
I think they need to get them a GM with some balls, respectfully.
Oh, they won't. They won't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because Jimmy Haslam loves yes men.
Well, that explains where they are.
You have to understand the Bucks will not win another championship.
I think
because they have Jimmy Haslam as the owner, he will not do things that is going to help them win championships. Bucks fans, listen to me as a fucking Browns fan. Listen to me as a fucking Browns fan. You're not winning a championship with Jimmy Haslam as the fucking owner. He's gonna get a bunch of glad-handing douchebag yes men as fucking running the fucking organization. You're not winning shit. Sorry.
Damn.
It's reality. You have Jimmy Haslam as your owner. Doc Rivers is a glad-handing douchebag yes man. Whoever the fuck their general manager is a glad-handing douchebag yes man. Giannis Antetokounmpo is a fucking yes man. It's ran by a bunch of guys who want to suck off Jimmy Haslam. No fucking pause.
Well, Giannis is the owner at this point. Like everything that he takes issue with, or and I get it. He scared him a couple times with comments that he's made of like. There's nothing wrong with putting pressure on your organization to make your team better, but there needs to be a healthy level of allowing them to do their job as well. Like you want, it seems like, all the control of moves that are made. So now the roster that's constructed up right now is on you.
No.
You're the reason that y'all lost the pieces that y'all have and why y'all got who y'all got and why y'all got the coach y'all got who did the last coach dirty because you mad that he said your brother shouldn't be on the rosters and shit like that. Like, that's all you.
Let me tell you something about Jimmy Haslam. If Giannis starts acting disgruntled in public, he's just going to throw more money at him.
He's already
gonna throw more money. I mean, we just seen what Bob's Gary. Like,
but he's
you don't want to be here? Here's some money.
But he's already done that though, right? Like he already has shown a couple of times, like, hey, like y'all need to make a move, or I'm finna get out of here. That's what made them go after Dame in the first place. That's what made them even strike that move. Yeah. But like Giannis isn't taking into account, like, nigga, you weren't even really there that series. That's why y'all lost. You didn't play. So I feel like, I'm kind of with Chev now because he was the one that originally came on the show and said he feels like they hit the panic button too early. And I'm not saying that to say that necessarily they shouldn't have traded for Dame or shouldn't have traded Drew. But I'm just saying the mentality of we need to start cleaning the hall and getting all these pieces out. And, I understand Middleton kept getting hurt. But then it's like you went for Kuzma, who I don't know what you thought that nigga was finna do, Tizzy. But, here we are.
Hey.
Three pack of ass.
I thought he was
Kuzma's a six-pack ass.
So, yeah. So that's where that is. Milwaukee is kind of they're not in the best shape right now. Dame is more than likely going to miss majority, if not all, of next season. So, if you're a fantasy owner, load up and go get you Giannis. But as far as the team success, it's going to be a little far-fetched, at least for next season. And then they got some decisions to make.
No, they're cooked as long as they get Jimmy. As long as Jimmy has them running that organization, they're cooked. And ChatGPT don't need to tell me that.
Man, you got some personal spit going on, bro. I didn't even know that was the same owner and none of that, my nigga. Go heal, bro, okay? We talking basketball.
Actually win and can run a organization, I will win. I will heal. Until then, Jimmy Haslam is going to run the Bucks to the ground, and Bucks, don't say I didn't give you the warning. Don't say I didn't give you the warning. Just know that if you want to keep a player and he's disgruntled, just pray and yell that he says it very loudly and very publicly so he can stay.
Okay, we got one more series left.
Yeah, right, pretty much.
Houston, Golden State, another fire one. This is one of the top two series of the playoffs. Warriors winning 7. That was what I picked on my bracket. That was one of 2 that I hit right on the money. I would have been 3 right on the money if Clippers would have won Game 7.
Was going
bum.
Play a little bit better.
Bum.
Damn.
Not a fucking bum, bro. You just fucking
bum.
Let him grow.
Bum.
How long he been in the league?
Bum.
How long he been in the league?
All right, give me a second.
And actually winning.
Give me a second.
The Rockets, to me, they're the Orlando Magic of the West.
Yeah.
Very young, just need to add some pieces, stay the course, and they'll be contenders in the West.
I think they should go try to get KD or somebody. Somebody who looking to get a ring to solidify their career. That's what I think.
I know there's some chirps about well, I'll get to that in a minute. Hold on. I just need to read something off the tip first. What game is this?
What game?
Now, I'm looking for the series. They only showing May 4th. That's yesterday, right? Okay.
May
Yeah.
the force be with you. Or as a divorce lawyer on a billboard had on here, out here in Cleveland, it said, "May divorce be with you," and I thought that was kind of funny. Not gonna lie.
That's funny. That's
The
funny.
divorce be with you?
Yeah, "May
Yeah,
divorce
yeah.
be with you," and it was in the Star Wars font and everything. It was freaking hilarious. Divorce
Yeah.
lawyer, like
That's
smart.
What the fuck is this nigga shit?
But Jalen Green been in the league since 21.
Yeah, my nigga, you talking like that nigga a rookie or something.
But nigga,
Yeah, but I mean, he
you
only
talking like
showed up.
that nigga is like a just overseasoned vet nigga who should just get it done. Like, damn, nigga, get that nigga some time. He
No.
ain't never even been there. And
I
this
see
his
what
first
JC
time in the
talking. I
playoffs.
see what JC talking about though, because he kind of did swallow up in that series, bro. He kind of just like outside of game 2, he just like
Bro, they start nigga, bro. It's a difference when you becoming a star player and then you're the star player and that team defense is actually focused on you. The game gets harder for you, nigga.
And
You
that's
gotta
when
grow
that's
through
when we
that.
find out who's who.
No,
That's when we find out who's really like that and who not.
This nigga.
JC is not lying.
He's not. He's not lying, but it's also
You
too at
know,
the
you
same
know,
time
and
you still
then
gotta let a
I had
nigga
my
grow.
look.
That's like oh shit. That's like
Like,
last
I'm
year.
not even gonna cap. Like even like
You know what?
and I kind of cut him some slack in the group chat. But I mean, even Garland had his moments where he stepped up when he was the focal point last year.
You know how I feel about that nigga in the playoffs. I didn't even care.
I mean,
I'm not even using him as an excuse of why y'all lost yesterday. So that tell you how I feel about him.
Yeah.
Because I'll be quick to say a nigga was hurt. You didn't hear me mention that not one time. When you brought that up earlier. What Houston got to do this summer?
They gotta go get a bona fide scorer, somebody who's gonna close the game for them.
Well, there's been some chirps about KD. What y'all think about that?
That could do something. That could do a lot.
I don't know if you guys heard about where the draft is going to be in 2027. I'm kind of filling in some dead space. NFL draft, they're going to be in Washington, D.C. in 2027.
For the
For the
NBA?
NFL draft.
Oh,
NFL.
NFL.
Yeah.
Nigga,
I'm feeling, while you looking for something, I'm trying to fill time.
They talking about?
I'm just trying to fill in some time.
There we go. So, Tizzy.
How long you been in the league?
Man, F all that. Game 1, 7 points on 3 for 15 shooting. Game 2 was the 38-point game, right? Game 3, 9 points on 4 for 11 shooting, 1 for 5 from 3. And by the way, he was 0 for 4 in the first game. Game, what's that? 5. 8 points. 8 points, 3 for 8 shooting, 1 for 5 from 3.
But they shoot it as a team.
What game is this? Oh no, my bad. That was game 4. This is game 5. 11 points, 3 for 8 shooting. He actually shot 50% from 3 that game. 11 points. Game 6, 12 points, 3 for 11, 1 for 6 from the 3. Game 7, the brawl for it all, win or go home. 8 points, 3 for 8, 0 for 2 from the 3. Tizzy, this nigga is hot. This nigga is hot garbage, and he is not the guy. Stop playing with me. You had a whole playoff series, nigga, and you choked it off. You had one good game, nigga, and your team still was in position to win the series.
Because of Freddie.
You know who the guy is on that team?
Freddie.
Sangoon and my boy Amin Thompson. I say amen. Amen.
Did he just leave? He just left this bitch.
Amen.
He just left.
Now,
I guess it's just me and you for now.
yeah, it's this bit probably either that nigga that like amen, he was running from the heat, or his spit just died. So we go keep it rolling. Now,
Yeah.
what you say Houston needs to do this summer?
They kind of remind me of Orlando, so just keep adding some pieces here and there. I wouldn't. I know you made a valid point with Jalen Green, but I wouldn't hold this playoff series against him. It's his first one, so
Y'all niggas are too damn nice.
let's give him another shot.
I want to be proven wrong. I want to be proven.
They got the right coach. They got the right structure there. They're to me they are the Orlando Magic of the West. Keep building and see where it goes. I disagree with Tizzy when he said they need to make a big splash. I don't think they need to make a big splash. I think they need to stay the course.
Gotcha. I think. I mean, I know they're trying to get Houston. My question would be, I said KD trying to get Houston. I know Houston's trying to get KD. My question would be, at what cost? Because I do like the fit as is.
It'll cost them too much for the future.
Yeah, so that it would be dependent upon that. If it's just picks and spit and maybe one of your quality role players, or even starters, just as long, I feel like the untouchables is, I would say Sangoon, definitely Thompson. If Phoenix finds a way to fleece Thompson for KD,
bro, that'd be crazy. I can see that is if Houston is delusional enough to believe that the roster that they got now
with KD minus Thompson
would get them a championship.
They would be ignoring everything that Thompson just did to even keep them in this series for 7 games.
Everything, and it'd be a freaking slap to the face to him, man. Oh my god, that'd be fucking stupid.
But that's, I feel like Thompson's an untouchable, Sangoon's an untouchable, and as much spit as I'm talking, because of the magnitude of that trade, and because they are a little soft in the backcourt, I do think keep Jalen. But Jalen just not be one of the vocal points. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that,
my bad.
Take anybody. But again, who would they want? Plus picks. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much capital they have with first round picks.
I'll be right back.
I don't know who Houston has, what they have as far as first round capital to get KD. Outside of the 3 that I feel should be untouchable, because Van Vliet is getting up there in age, so it ain't like they gonna be like, oh yeah, we'll take Van Vliet. You know what I mean? Like they gonna want some young stars, and I think that's gonna be the dilemma. I think if Houston wants KD, I think that is gonna be the dilemma. I think Phoenix is gonna be like, nigga, we saw what he just did in the playoffs. We want that nigga. Number 1, we want him.
Yeah. Like I said, Houston will have to be absolutely stupid and delusional to believe that they can win a championship with their roster right now to make a splash for KD. It'd be stupid.
I think they can if KD was to join this exact roster.
Could win a what?
With this exact roster, if you add KD,
they can win a first round series.
Nah, bro. If you don't touch nothing and add KD to this exact roster, that's not a championship contender. That's what I'm saying.
If you don't touch nothing,
that's not going
to be the case.
Yeah, I agree with you.
That's not going to be the case. They're going to have to give up. gonna have to.
But that's what I'm saying. Is there a way they could finesse giving up some future first round picks for 4 or 5 years, something like the Paul George thing? Just give them a role player and call it a day.
Nope.
But the Clippers still gave him superstars.
Nope, because the Suns need somebody to build around. So no, they can't build around Booker. They can't build around Bill. They need somebody to build around.
So we want Thompson.
Exactly. So no, no. They tried to build around Booker. It didn't work. All
right, Effie, do you take Jalen Green if you're Phoenix?
If they trade Jalen Green, okay, that's acceptable. But they're not going for Jalen Green. We know who they're going for. Bro, where the hell is that truck at? No, it's dropping me up the wall because I hear the ice cream truck, but it's not in my parking lot.
What, you trying to get some ice cream, Biggie?
Hell yes, ice cream truck.
You better chill out. You know they had a recall on that ice cream.
I'll never get an ice cream.
Well, he in Cleveland, so I don't know if it's the same.
I always get the popsicles anyway.
It's a few sticks. It's a few states.
So that's our first round, right?
We're gonna do the late night podcast, all sports late night with Tiz.
And Tizzy, can I keep it G with you, bro?
What up?
And I'm kind of going off track here, but it's really been bugging me, bro. I have it in my mind to start a hip hop platform, like hip hop podcast type platform. I just don't have the time to do it, but I really want to do that though.
You should, bro. You can do it.
I really do. I'm gonna just wait till the time is,
I mean, bro, all these niggas doing that no jumper shit, bro. We can do that.
Remember, I had a hip. I had like a Black Culture kind of podcast before, but it didn't work. I got to it did good on views and stuff. It just I couldn't the personnel staying consistent. I couldn't get that to stay. We only got to 13 episodes because 2G came on there one time.
Okay,
he came and promoted his water. It was a good episode too.
I think we can make something happen.
All right, let's do predictions, man. We'll start with Tyrell's team that set it off yesterday. Had a bit of surprise to everybody. But Cavs and Pacers, man. Cavs and Pacers. Let's do it.
They'll make the adjustments for game 2.
You already kind of gave your prediction, but
but it was like one of those. It's one of those things where it didn't matter what the Cavs did on defense. The Pacers just hitting their shots. Like the bucket for them was like a big old kiddie pool, man. Just it's going in. It's just going in. It doesn't matter what you do. They definitely need to stop trying to crash out with Mobley. Keep him out there playing on the perimeter, especially because it's just leaving people open and it's just messing up the defensive assignments. They need to stop trying to play small ball. They had that period where they were playing small ball, and that was kind of ticking me off as well because, and especially when the Pacers had their bigs in there and they're trying to play small ball. So it's like the Pacers got matchup issues with us.
Yeah,
I know. I say Cavs in 5. I'm a fan, and as a fan, I'm gonna say Cavs in 5. But from a non-biased standpoint, this is gonna go to 7 games. From a non-biased standpoint, and
this is like outside of the Clippers series, bro. There's gonna be the series. It's gonna be the series.
I think if the Cavs were to advance and play the Celtics, I think this series is gonna be better.
I'm going Cavs at 6. I don't think I don't go off of one game. I don't go off of one game to determine what the series is.
Yeah, me neither. But
in my heart, if you would have told me, I didn't even think Indiana was going to advance. So if somebody would have told me it's going to be Pacers and Cavs in the second round, that's the answer I would have had. Indiana, they got
in his heart. I told you last time the Pacers was going to fucking advance. Nigga, what are you talking about?
Indiana's been playing some good basketball, so I give them one more win. If the Cavs play at the rate that they played yesterday, I don't think that happens again, bro. I think that was like a season high in points allowed on like 53%. Like they're not about to be doing that all
season. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Pacers that bat, no matter what side of the
we
floor
said the same shit about the Wolves when they did that shit to the Lakers.
And I was right. Jaden McDaniels didn't do that all series. I just didn't think we wasn't gonna close out games.
He averaged a dub.
Allegedly.
He averaged more off the read.
That was why we lost. I wasn't expecting that either. I didn't think he wasn't going to spit the bed when he got there. So, if it would have went how I thought, I think they would have been fine. But AR didn't show up. I knew Luka wasn't playing no defense. I thought Brown was going to be a little more aggressive. But nigga run Indiana and Cavs. Yeah, Cavs and 6. What we talking about, Tizzy?
I got Indy at it. It's 7. Go underdogs. Overrate that, nigga. Overrate that.
This nigga. Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. I have been kind of disrespectful to Hallie in the last couple of years, bro.
On his shoulder, bro.
Yeah, I've been a little disrespectful to Hallie and what he really is, and it's crazy because I was real big on Hallie early on. Like I remember when Sacramento traded Hallie, I was like, why they didn't trade Fox? Why would they trade that nigga? He gonna be a star one day. So it's crazy how like I went from that to now it's like I don't see him in a certain light. But
Fox gonna get traded again, bro.
But Holly, bro, I was unfamiliar with your game.
Fox gonna get traded again. Watch. Look out for the Spurs, bro. They got some pieces to move. They gonna put a team around Wemby. Them niggas gonna be scary in a couple years.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. But
Stephon Castle, nice. He got Rookie of the Year. They got Wemby, bro. They gonna put some pieces.
Like I said, I don't know about all that.
All right,
let's go.
A couple of years. Give him 3-4 years.
Let's go MVP versus MVP runner-up. We don't know who either or is yet, but MVP versus MVP runner-up. We know that much. Denver and OKC. What we doing?
I know this sound biased, but I feel like Denver gonna beat them in 7.
Yeah.
I feel like Jokic just he just the catalyst for like the what's that shit? He the equalizer to Shea. Like Shea can do all that, but Jamal Murray can do the same shit Shea do. But Cat gonna get tired of guarding fucking Jokic. I seen him do that shit to him before, so it's like until they put them niggas out and get there, I don't know. We'll see. Shit, you see that nigga Joker coaching, nigga.
I see it.
Studs and all that.
Chicken nuggets, chicken tenders, shimmy timber, Thunder and 6.
Don't they play today?
Yes, sir. 6:30. Knicks and Celtics, they about to play right now. They first.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Celtics finna beat on them, nigga, like they been doing all year long, nigga. Outside of the top teams in the league, nigga. The top teams in the league, the top 4 teams in the league, the motherfucking Celtics record is like 1-11. Well, 2-12.
No, that's the Knicks. That's the Knicks.
That's what I'm saying. You know who they beat? You know who the fuck they beat?
Was it us?
No. The Rockets.
Oh, the team that ain't even in right now. Top 2 team that ain't even in right now. That's crazy.
Look, Thunder, slumber, hunger, pulling from a punt. Nuggets in 7.
Oh, you got this going to the long haul, huh?
This has nothing to do with the OKC Thunder and their team, but I think the Nuggets are more experienced, and I'm gonna base it off the experience why the Nuggets advance.
You crazy as hell.
Your nigga Jamal Murray is finna.
Thank you. No,
Jamal Murray,
Jamal Murray's gonna
Stephon
eat
Curry.
for about 2 games.
Don't you
That's all
hurry.
they need.
We
They
in the
just
script.
and I guarantee you they get this first one. They get this
Look,
first one, it's
look.
over. I guarantee
Murray,
you. They get the
hung.
first one, it's over.
I don't think so. They
Murray,
tired, bro.
It's set. It's set. That's like match. Hopefully.
listen. Murray, Curry, Furry, Curry, Curry. Nuggets in 7.
Damn.
Nuggets in 7.
What we doing, Tiz?
I got the Nuggets in 7s. I got Gerber chicks destroying Chet in the matchup. Chet not
What?
going. Chet not going.
First of all, it's not just Chet, nigga. They got 2
Triple.
big bodies down there.
And he going and
2
can't nobody handle
Woods.
them niggas.
2 Woods, nigga.
Can't nobody handle them. And neither one of them can handle Joker. He's still gonna go for a triple double.
Yeah, it's gonna be about 20, 10, and 10.
They're gonna more look like 42.
Nah, hell no. Ain't no
12.
40 pieces going on.
I guarantee you he get a 40 piece one game.
Ain't no 40 pieces going on, bro.
All right. When you want to put like, what you want to put on that? Put a soda on it or something.
Nah, because they might give him 1 game, but
Oh, you.
call. They be giving that man a lot of calls. You feel me? So I don't trust it like that. I'll bet on the series though.
Okay.
All right. What you trying to put down? Because I got the Nuggets in 7. Shea going in MVP.
Well, I think the MVP voting is already in, right? The vote's already in.
It is, but I don't know. Allegedly, they be saying that, but I feel like if Denver end up winning, that's gonna be their like argument of like, look, he beat them in the playoffs, like because they don't get that out to the conference finals, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. See.
So I don't know. We'll see. We'll holler to this.
I think Nuggets in 7, man. Joker too much.
All right, let's go. Knicks Celtics.
Celtics. Yeah, gentlemen sweep. Celtics in 5.
Oh, the disrespect. I think this going 7.
Nah, hell.
And I got Boston. Matter of fact, who did I pick? Because I actually got this side of my bracket right. So let me see. I'm gonna go off my bracket. What did I put in my bracket? Boston Knicks. Oh, yeah. I said Boston is. Look, great minds think alike. I put Boston in 7 on my bracket, and I just said Boston in 7, and I wasn't even sure if that was what I put. Yep. Boston in 7.
5. They fuck around and do it in 4. Because
No.
Now, you know why? You know why, really? Honestly, I'm going to give you a coded stat. The worst 3-point defending team is the Knicks.
And the Celtics is the best?
Is the Celtics.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
I knew the Celtics. I didn't know the Knicks was the worst.
Yeah, they the fucking worst. So, yeah. And then outside of that, the Celtics actually play defense.
So you don't think Thibodeau doing his homework right now? You don't think he in the lab?
What the fuck he got?
It ain't about Thibodeau. It's about the
what he
players.
gonna change, bro? They ain't beat them niggas all year. What can you change?
They got swept.
You got to realize like the Knicks are 0-12 between the Cavaliers and the Celtics.
Nigga.
Oh yeah. I did see that.
Say that.
Yeah, and I did see that stat because I think I used it against Chev when I was talking shit that you niggas ain't
soccer bopper, slobber knocker, knickerbockers. Celtics in 5. Celtics in 5. Actually, no, forget that. Celtics in 4. Sweep.
So this is our first. Tyrell, you don't believe that. So this is our first unanimous. Right here.
Go in the pantry closet.
That's our first unanimous of the day, right there.
Yeah, get your brooms because it's happening. Go in the pantry closet, get your brooms and dustpans. And 2, I love seeing New Yorkers cry, so that makes it even better.
Last but not least, we got Golden State, Minnesota.
Rudy Gobert, protect your neck at all costs. Don't get choked out again.
Yeah.
This is the UFC fight. This is the UFC fight right here, all right? Because Draymond coming in swinging in rear naked chokeholds, all right?
Timberwolves, Lions, Tigers, Bears. Oh my! Warriors in 5.
Warriors in 5. Timberwolves, don't put on the hooves.
Hey, you know why? Hey, look. Check this out. In 2020, the Warriors had the number 2 pick in the NBA draft. They worked out with Anthony Edwards, right? Steve Kerr and the other nigga, the general manager, told this nigga Anthony Edwards, even if they had the number 1 pick, they still would not take him. He is finna torch them niggas.
I don't know.
Wolves.
He be choking on low, bro.
Wolves in 5, bro. He is coming.
Oh wow. You think Butler and Steph get beat in 5 by these
Wolves
niggas?
in 5. He finna go at them.
He could ball and still not win in 5, nigga.
Nah, I ain't getting them in 5.
Oh, this is crazy. I mean, I'll take the hot take though. Good content.
Telling you, he one of them that just need every little bit. Oh yeah, he finna prove why he was the number 1 pick to them. You feel me? Why and the Minnesota took him number 1. And if y'all was number 1, y'all would have blew it.
Yeah, I just think like if the Lakers had our spit together in that series, I feel like we beat them.
Yeah.
Golden State does have they split together. They're not as deep, but as you can see, Steph and Jimmy with their playoff experience and the mode they go into when it comes to this time of year, I just don't see Minnesota getting out of that. Even though they do have home court advantage.
Look, I'm gonna give you the here come the X Factor again. Jaden Daniels. Look, you got Alexander Walker who gonna run around and guard Steph. You feel me?
He's gonna run around and what?
He gonna run around. He gonna make it hard. He could go. He gone. Bro, oh my god, man. Can't say nothing. Look.
Alexander is gonna do what though?
What he gonna do?
He's gonna be on the court.
He gonna pressure him up.
He gonna be on the court. That's what he gonna be. He gonna be on the court
and
make your shots when you're open.
He gonna run around and do
He can't do. Listen to me.
Look,
he can't do a F thing about nothing Steph is finna
do like this and hope Steph miss. So that way he can shoot on the offensive end.
Walker,
you get what I'm saying?
Luke Skywalker.
That's how it works. That's the best.
I don't care if it's no Parker. Go to State in 5.
Go to State in 5.
Man, Wolves, AE, all that. Wolves in 5. Cause Julius Randle gonna go out there and make Jimmy Butler mad.
Julius Randle should have never brought that.
And then motherfucking
that's used as your argument.
No, matter of fact, Julius Randle
gonna go. One of the most notorious playoff chokers in the last decade.
He ain't choking that last series.
Draymond gonna try to
Draymond got the choking down pack.
That shit not happening.
Look, Draymond got the choking down pack anyway. All right, he gonna put everybody in weird niggas.
Julius is a bum. That nigga ain't finna. Julius ain't finna nothing to do with none of that.
He gonna get on that boy head. He gonna be get up off the homie.
Get up, you motherfucker. He gonna squeeze him like a salad.
Where was that at last year?
Shit, he
wasn't there. He wasn't there.
Look, everybody ready to get played basketball. Look,
everybody's there when Rudy got choked.
Yeah,
bro. Who do y'all think Julius ain't never been like that? What are y'all talking about?
Everybody else is getting ready to play basketball. Right now, Draymond Green is in the gym shadow boxing and running the speed bag. All right, that man is in the cage.
I ain't gonna lie. That's the thing that scares. You know what? I'm gonna go Warriors in 6 because that's what scares me about Draymond. Like, I feel like he's the first NBA player that's gonna get diagnosed with CTE. Because I don't see how, after everything you've endured, costing teams championships, missing playoff games, suspensions, all that. Damn near got kicked out the league. And here you are, still swinging, hitting niggas in the face, kicking niggas in the head. Like, you're still doing this type of shit in 2025.
He don't care.
I don't understand it, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
He don't
at all. Like,
and these niggas ain't lost yet. But I'll give y'all a spoiler for whenever Golden State does lose of what they need to work on. That nigga time need to be up. He's cost them enough.
The only reason why Draymond is still there is because of Steph.
You sound very, hey, that shit sounded very personal. He cost him enough. You must have bet on them niggas or something 1 year.
You know, he probably bet on them in 2016
when they lost that 3-1.
Yeah, that's probably when he bet.
He probably got reeled into a sucker bet.
I didn't like a band on their ass.
I didn't bet on that. I didn't bet on that series, but I was disgusted with how Cleveland fans was talking all that year, so I wanted to see them lose. You know, I was disgusted in how that happened. I can't lie, but I always say that game, what was it, 5 performance?
Yeah.
Or game 6 when Brian and Kyrie both have 40. That's one of the greatest playoff performances I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, when Brian and Kyrie got that 44, yeah, that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I forgot to say this as the representation of Cleveland, Ohio.
Oh, here he goes.
All right. We don't get to talk mess much, so please let us just have it. We don't get to talk a lot of mess. We get to sit there and wallow in pain and drink alcohol to ease our pain, or smoke some weed to like.
That's
match the
and
pain.
if that, y'all don't even got weed out there.
That's
press.
We ain't got Cali weed, but we got weed out here.
That ain't weed. Then.
Exactly. That's his point. One last thing, man, before we get up out of here. Popovich has officially announced his retirement.
You're written. No.
Well, not retirement, but he's moving. He's retiring from coaching, and he's going to be overseeing things going on in that organization. How do y'all feel about that?
To me, Pop is.
He finna die soon, ain't he?
Damn, Tizzy.
I mean,
did you see that?
Why you so damn blunt?
It was like helping him up and shit, like bro.
Hey, he did.
I ain't never. But hold on, but Biden in the same boat. I ain't never heard y'all say that nigga finna die. So
we ain't never talked about Biden though, so you can't say that.
Yeah, no, for real.
Yeah, you feel me? Like the nigga bring up something that we ain't never talked about Biden, nigga.
All right. Well, let's do this, bro. I want it to be a little lighter than that. Do y'all have Popovich as the greatest basketball coach of all time?
Yes. To me, I know Phil Jackson got 11, but to me, it's not a question. Pop is the greatest coach of all time.
Why is it not a question? Talk to me.
Well, and this is me, no disrespect to Duncan or anything, but Pop got 5 without having the best and the second best player in NBA history. And the way that organization was ran, the way everybody respected him, the way he has, you got to remember, San Antonio was a sack of shit before he took over, and turned them around and made them contenders. And
did he really turn them around?
Yes, the Spurs were shit when he took over.
No, I don't think you know the history on that, brother.
The Spurs were shit when he took over.
The Spurs were intentionally spit because they went after Duncan.
Yeah.
Before that, them niggas was in the playoffs having battles every year, just how they was doing
championship. They won a championship before.
No. They didn't win a championship. They were close. They were competing though. The only thing that was stopping them was because they had to deal with that big African guy over there in Houston. That was the only reason why. Other than that, them niggas would have probably won.
No,
sure would have been in the finals.
I mean, well, for
them niggas, they was good, bro. They did some bullshit because they wanted to get them Bunkin paired up with Robinson. And that was when Pop got the team. So they wasn't trash before that.
That probably was Pop fucking idea.
F around, huh? Because I think he was an assistant over there.
But yeah, and I would say this too: have your own dynasty with inside of a dynasty is pretty damn impressive. Like you don't get that too often. Like you got to admit, like he had a dynasty in the middle of the Lakers dynasty.
I mean,
Am I lying about that?
Nah.
I'm not
You
gonna
die.
say lying, but just kind of omitting some things. Like the nigga, for one, never went back to back. And two, he was going like sometimes 7 years at a time without even getting a championship at all.
Because they won in '99.
The Lakers, niggas don't say the Lakers had a 10, 15-year dynasty. Those is two different dynasties from the Kobe, Shaq, and the Gasol and Kobe era. So why are you saying the Spurs just had a dynasty within a dynasty the whole time and they never went back to back?
Because I think the Spurs is one of the rare instances where you don't have to go back to back to have a dynasty. I think that it's
okay. That's fair, but don't try to say, "Oh, it was a dynasty within a dynasty," and you ain't went back to back. Nah,
because even like you said, like the national media wouldn't call y'all a dynasty for 10 to 15 years, but y'all had a 10-year run as a dynasty. Y'all won 5 championships in 10 years.
Right, but nobody attributes those teams together. Those are two separate eras that people talk about.
It shouldn't be talked like that.
We had
because even like
you're not hold on. What's the era there was a dynasty within a dynasty? Because we three-peated. So what dynasty they had in that time?
Okay, this is the time frame I'm saying, right? So from 2000 to 2010, right?
Okay.
The Lakers got how many championships? 5, right?
You said from 2010?
From 2000 to 2010.
Oh, from 2000 to 2010, yeah.
They got 5 championships, right? And they went to 6, right?
Right.
The Spurs
7. We went to 7.
Yeah, 7. Okay. The Spurs got I forgot about that. The Spurs got 4 in that same time frame. Those are 2 dynasties.
They got 3.
No, they got 4.
The first one was 99.
Okay, they got 3, but that's still 3 championships. That's a dynasty. They didn't do it back to back, but they got 3. They got 3 championships out of it. That's a dynasty. A dynasty is you either win back to back. 2
of those, the Lakers was trash. So where was the dynasty within the dynasty?
What I'm saying is like a dynasty is either you win back to back or you win multiple championships in a short amount of time frame. So if you win 3 out of 5, that's a dynasty. If you go back to back, that's a dynasty. To me, it's a dynasty within a dynasty.
Yeah, I'm not with you on that. I will amuse them being a dynasty, but a dynasty within a dynasty, I'm not giving them that. Especially, do you know how many times that same era you're talking about from 2000 to 2010? How many times did the Spurs beat the Lakers in the playoffs?
Well, they stopped them in 03.
Keep going.
They didn't play the Lakers on their way to that championship.
Keep going.
So once?
How the F is that a dynasty within a dynasty? You beat us one time in that same era.
I can make that argument with the Steelers, and the Steelers never even faced the Patriots in either of their Super Bowl championships. And I can make that.
What the F do the Steelers have to do with what we talking about?
Well, what I'm saying is that at least the Spurs beat the best team to get their championship.
They're not the only team that beat the Lakers.
Well, I mean, the Pistons did, but I wouldn't consider that Pistons team a dynasty.
But you're giving the Spurs dynasty because they beat us once, and it wasn't even in the finals.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Your math ain't mathing, brother.
I'm saying the Spurs is a dynasty.
So leave it at that. Don't say dynasty within a dynasty. They ain't got shit to do with what we had going on.
The Lakers were still okay. You guys three-peated. Then you guys went to y'all three-peated and y'all went 4 out of 5.
Were the Spurs a dynasty when they beat us in 2003? They were a dynasty in real time at that point in time?
In real time, no, I wouldn't consider
okay, that. So where is the dynasty within the dynasty? After that, they won twice, and the Lakers were trash at the time.
Yeah, that don't make sense. They got to be good at the same time.
So y'all disagree with me saying they're a dynasty within a dynasty?
100%. 100%.
Because that nigga, there wasn't
You just literally admitted they only beat us once in that same era that you claimed they were a dynasty. And I'm not even fully denying them being a dynasty. They just wasn't a dynasty within a dynasty. They was not effing with us, bro. They were not.
They wasn't.
But shout out my nigga Gucci. Now, I didn't even get. I was so caught up on that. I didn't even get to the first thing you said. So you said without the greatest player of all time, and without what you consider to be the second greatest of all time, correct?
Yeah.
So what about the fact that he had a guy on his team that, if we keep it at 100, there's a lot of people out there who have that guy over Kobe right now. He had that guy, so that don't count?
Some people consider Duncan over Kobe?
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The old heads.
The old heads are fucking stupid.
I could. There's probably people who's been on this show who feel like that. There's basketball heads who have been on this show that feel like that. Did we argue about it? No. But I know that that's a take they have.
Wow. As much as I love and respect Duncan, what?
But even if you don't have him over Kobe, is he not arguably a top 10 player in NBA history?
Yes.
So I don't get the whole, because he didn't have the first or the second. Like, you still had a top 10 player in David Robinson, who some would consider to be a top 20 player in NBA history.
What the weirdo?
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah, it's good.
Tizzy over too at this point.
She about to take off her belt.
Oh man,
but I just don't like this narrative. Like, oh, Popovich just had these like regular guys. You had international superstars, and you had two players. One who's considered to be top 10, another who's considered to be top 20 on most lists.
Yeah, because he did win.
And both who are, if I'm not mistaken, top 75 players in NBA history.
Yeah, that's true. Because what? Because he won 2 with Robinson and Duncan, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
You got me changing my statement midway through. And for the people that's going, oh, I'm fickle, this, that, and the third, when you get new information, you
Nah, that's respectable, bro. It's worse when you know a nigga know he wrong and he keep going anyway. That's the ones that's like, all right, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna continue that debate anyway. Once I notice that, so I respect it. And I'm the same way.
Because me personally, I just put Duncan out of my top 5. I just put him out of my top 5.
Yeah, I don't know why he was there in the first place, but all right.
Because he should be there. He number 6. But I put him out of my top 5.
6.
Number 6, yeah.
I want to know your top 5, bro.
I put Curry over him. That Olympic run maybe put Curry over him. Not gonna lie. That Olympic run was goated. I know JC, you old head and you just walked away. I don't care. Curry top 5. Curry top 5. Anybody that disagree with me, don't care. Curry is top 5. I say what the fuck I said, Jason.
I just knew I didn't want to know, bro. You still started like I top didn't want to know, bro.
Come on, man. Come on, man. That Olympic run was goated, bro.
I love the Olympic one, bro. Like,
top 5.
Top 5 is top crazy, 5, bro.
Top 5.
You can't choke in the finals multiple times and be a top 5 player all time.
Top 5. Curry didn't choke in.
Don't work like that. Curry didn't what?
You heard what I said. Curry didn't choke.
Nigga, he choked against y'all. What are you talking about?
What year?
73-9.
Okay, that's like one time. But you said multiple. I don't see that multiple.
2015, he choked.
No, he didn't.
He averaged like 22 in that series.
Got that chip. He ain't choked.
Wow.
Got that shit.
All right.
And he was hitting the clutch threes when it mattered the most.
In one game. He did that with one game. Nigga, stop.
You know, we need to do a all grind watch along.
What? Like watch a throwback?
Yeah. I'm
with it. Anyway. I'm with that.
I watch throwback football games, throwback basketball games.
Tizzy, come on back in, brother.
Come on.
But we gotta get up out of here.
I know she done yelling at you. It's okay.
Yeah, niggas is wild, bro.
You over 2, Tizzy. It's okay. You over 2 for the background stuff. This is a rough day. It's a rough day, man.
Oh man.
We got to edit out.
Go ahead and watch you some basketball, man.
You're gonna come back stronger and faster than ever.
Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. This is episode 150. Shut up, Tyrell.
Come on, man. Get your shit together. Get it together, JC.
Man, see, look, going on.
Didn't I tell you a couple years ago you need to start having tally marks? You need to.
No, the funny thing is, I've been remembering, and then as soon as this nigga come on the show, now I'm losing my train of thought again, or whatever this is.
Come on, man.
I think it's 153, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my god! You want me to look right now? Let's.
You could do that. But I believe it's 153, if I'm not mistaken.
We gonna look.
It's 150 something. We on the road to 200, man.
We on the road to 200. It's 150 something.
Thank you to my brothers for pulling up. This was some great basketball discourse. We had some sex scandal discourse that was edited.
Sex scandal discourse. No, this is episode 152.
This is 152.
Yes, your last video was 151.
Are you sure?
I'm looking at it right now.
Come on.
This is the episode. I believe it.
Because it's in the title. You ain't got to put the audio. It's in the title. Y'all talking about the draft grade winners?
The draft grades was 151.
Yes, I'm looking right at it. Look.
All right.
151.
All right. Well, Tyrell got it. 152.
Come on, this is your show.
I know. We need real more often, man.
Quality control.
Episode 152 in the book. So the next time we see y'all, it'll be 153. We got a lot of we got a lot of great NBA offseason ideas and NFL debates we're gonna have in the offseason. So make sure y'all stay tuned, even once this playoff run is over. But I appreciate my brothers pulling up. Make sure y'all look us up on all major directories. Just type in the All Grind Sports Show on Spotify, Pandora, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, whatever your platform is. Shout out to Raider Ragu for popping out. Make sure y'all check out that Raider Ragu show. Keep y'all in tune, and I think that's it, man. Go Lakers, go Rams, go Dodgers, go Sparks. Peace. See y'all later.
Everybody's grown, and that's why it's changing. House party cracking on because T Green had to beat for your boy too. Fisher 15's freshman, I was fresh then, still is.